Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's presentation of the Super Metroid A Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. We've got a good one for you today. We got Maniacal versus Liam Atlas. I am Apathy Duck, and I am joined again today by Solsky. How you doing?
You're my new waifu, Apathy
Oh,
Duck
jeez.
07.
God, are we already starting this? Who was your old waifu? Maniacal?
Probably. I've had many waifus in
Many
my
waifus.
gaming career, so you're the new hotness.
No, that's good. I can't possibly match up to your actual waifu, who's just the best.
Nah,
I
I'm
have to say.
I'm literally Madonna, baby. I just flavor of the month. That's what you are right to me right now. But anyways, we got a hot matchup. Michael Liam Atlas, two good runners in the game. Gonna be really interesting to see how this one plays out. Round of 16, I believe, matchup. So we're a little ahead of the rest of the bracket with this one, but ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, both of these players. Well, not 2-0 because Liam had the one bye in the group stages, but they were both the winners of their brackets. Both had a bye in the first round, took care of their first opponents, and are now matching up. So this is just their second match in the bracket stage itself, but they did each have a bye. So, but yeah, it should be pretty good. Maniacal is good, just all around player, pretty good on both games. I think he definitely has the edge in Super Metroid. Liam is more of a Link to the Past players. Got a bunch of good times in just like the vanilla speedruns and everything. Pretty good at SM too. I think Maniacal is probably, I would say, is the favorite in this one, but this is definitely one that I would put on the upset watch. Liam doesn't really need too much to fall his way for him to take this, so it should be a really good match, I think.
I mean, if you ask Maniacal who he thought was going to win the tournament, he probably, out of 100 times, he'd probably say himself 99 times, and the other one time would probably be Aussies. So I don't want to say Maniacal's the favorite just because of that, but it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna be a close matchup. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's I mean it's randomizer, right? So a lot of it's just going to come down to the exact uh, routing choices they make and everything.
Yeah.
I think if they just followed each other's footsteps exactly the entire time, Maniacal probably going to come on top. So Liam's looking for a little something. But even if it's just like a very heavy Z3 seed, that could definitely play into Liam's favor as well. A little bit more experienced over on that side.
Well, Liam was in my chat earlier when I was streaming, and I did happen to tell him how to beat Maniacal. So we'll have to see if he if he took notes or not. So the keys to success, as I call them, just do this, baby, and you're good. Just you don't do this, then it's not going to be so good. So we'll have to wait and see how he plays. That's a nice little charge beam there on the Hylia Island. Pretty bad spot for it.
Yeah, probably still worth it to get it if we get early-ish flippers and mirror and dark world access. It's pretty beneficial. It lets you skip a lot of the ammo, but if they just get piles and piles of ammo, they may look to end up skipping it. It doesn't, especially depending on how many bosses they get done before getting access to that.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice to get it in path. It's really not nice to have it segmented there. And there's a lot of hefty item requirements to get that charge too. So you might actually see a seed where they just don't get it until maybe the end, or they could get it early. We'll have to see how this one plays.
Yeah, it's like about a 30-ish second grab if you do it just from like Link's house, maybe a little more. I
Mm-hmm.
do know if like silvers are up there and all you have is Ganon, it's still worth it at that point. But it's a little out of the way, so it just really depends on when they're gonna have access to it. If they can maybe pick it up with like before going into like if they can do like swamp into that into ice power or something, a nice little combo like that would be pretty good.
Right. I think too, it also applies to like not just thinking optimal times, but also, you know, am I going to get optimal always? Am I going to have a buffer time in there in my head for like say small minor mistakes I might have? Because not everyone's going to have a perfect 1-1 Ganon, for example, right? So I think that kind of factors in for the time as well. But I think you're right. I think it is about 30 seconds there.
Yeah, I remember specifically because one time I was watching I think Andy play, and I was like, "There's no way he got silvers." I'm like, "There's no way this is fast enough." And I looked at the timer. I'm like, "I guess it is."
Yeah.
So
Right, so we see both players are starting off similar routing. They're both at Lost Woods here. Liam having the extra check going ahead with Uncle so far. Maniacal has not done that just yet. I don't believe.
Yeah, early routing, it's kind of just whatever you prefer. If you get money early, sometimes you break off, buy bombs, go to Sasha. But it doesn't matter too much. Most of these locations are going to be checked at some point, no matter what. Oh, Liam looking like he's trying to do a delayed Kakariko here. I know this has got kind of popular in like the vanilla Link to the Past randomizer, mostly because you could like spike a bottle or a flute, which we already have a bottle. But there's just so many more locations for those things to be here. It just doesn't seem to pay off nearly as much in the combo. Neither runner are finding pretty much anything so far. It's a really dry opening.
What do you mean? They got a cape.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it could possibly mean an Agassi, that cape. Early on, it's the one that you really don't want to see. SMZ3, there's a lot more options to break Aga. Oh, if that Moon Pearl, yeah, it's looking like it might be an Agassi. It is possible to break it. It really depends if Morph is in Dark World or not. If Morph is not in Dark World, they'll have some opportunities to maybe break it. If Morph is in Dark World, then it could just force you to do it, and you don't have an option.
We still have a lot of items left in Light World, though. Like a ton of items. If you want to break it down to the basics, it's just like Castle, South Shore,
there's
Hammer, Sick Kid, yeah. Eastern Sash. But like when you look at the numbers, it's a lot of chests they still have.
Oh, there's Morph. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of opportunities to, if it is gonna be an Agassi, a lot of opportunities to perhaps breaks that, maybe with like some hell runs or something like that.
Yeah, Maniacal's gonna be happy here. He sees 10 power bombs immediately with that Morph Ball. That's like his cue to just go to SM. Probably does So Short first, but he may just elect to go ahead and SM early.
It looks like he's opting to even skip the race game check. It's just missiles, so not a big deal. Can always check it later on when you're coming to Dark World.
It's kind of a weird play, honestly. I don't know if I like that. He might have forgotten about it.
When you do like the upside down cack where you end up at the top, it's a pretty long walk just for one check, and like I said, you can come back, especially when you already have Morph Ball. You're gonna come back here and check it later, unless it's very something like mitt or gloves specifically. It's not too risky.
I don't think he did that right. We'll see. Maybe I just might not have seen the frame where he turned left. Yeah, he's fine. So yeah, I hate this play. I don't know about you. I don't like the early Houlihan commitment with no flips, and you have Morph and you have power bombs. Actually, yeah, 15 power bombs because Liam just got another pack, and Maniacal's gonna get his third pack.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make the South Shore play and like he already had 200, I don't think it's too terrible. He's already got Moon Pearl. I think really getting the Moon Pearl is what drove him to this. If he didn't have that, then yeah, I'd agree with you. But I don't think it's too bad of a sequence breaker right now. If he just does, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say it's like it's already starting off with risk, right? Because again, it's a sequence break in all sense. He's obviously going to do Waterfall Cave again with that Pearl. He's going to get 2 items out of that. Could be good out of Logic too, but we'll have to wait and see. The bigger risk is Zora Ledge. Like, yeah, you get to see it, but if you want it, you're gonna have to reroute it in, just waste a whole bunch of travel time, and that could be without boots as well.
Yeah, I mean, there could always just be even just like an SM like quality of life item like high jump boost or something in Waterfall Cave that
Yep.
could pay off, even if it's not a big like logical thing. So
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think it's fine. Really, the early game stuff really doesn't matter too much. And then if is something on ledge, you do get the scout information is very important. And then maybe look to combo it in with a catfish or something later if you can get that mirror.
I don't know. I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm just saying it's kind of odd to hard commit to that. I'm not a big fan of the Houlihan play in general, just because of the time, but we'll see.
Mini Moldorm, pretty much nothing today. Nothing really exciting over there. Oh, he's gonna do Ice Rod Cave too. I think this is pretty conservative. So he might just be, trying to, like I said, he probably is the favorite here. So just playing a little conservatively here. He's probably not going to lose by 30 seconds. So just get this out of the way. Make sure it's not going to bite him later on. Just get it off his plate.
Oh man, I don't get that.
Yeah, no, I don't. If you're gonna do the whole hand and all that, like I thought, what he was gonna do was going to mini Moldorm, just skip Ice Rod Cave, and get the flippers checks done. So little odd. I mean, if he could easily spike 300 rupees in SM here on these early checks. So
I think he did it hoping he would get like means of Ancilla or flippers, and then once he found out that he wasn't going to, he's like, you know what, I got a much more viable and safer option. I get it, he's not on any E-tanks, but for Maniacal, it's not going to be a big deal. The important thing is he gets 15 power bombs, and that's going to be speed through Prince Stars. So yeah, he's making the right call here. Again, I gotta lean on it, and it drives me up the wall when I see people do Houlihan for the sake of doing Houlihan. I don't understand it at all. Please help.
yeah, he's playing this this gauntlet very safe as well.
Liam, meanwhile, going to do escape. I kind of like the play, honestly, to just keep in and do it. But we see Maniacal with the power glove, so now that's going to give Maniacal the edge going to Castle because he's going to be able to do back three first ahead of Castle. And depending on what's there, it's going to give him information if he needs to do Dark Cross or not. So, and it also gives him Dark World access, so he can just like bail if he wanted to and go to like Hype Cave. Which honestly, like I could definitely see a U-turn here at checking out Gauntlet back and then just going up Terminator. And...
Oh, well, hopefully there's something on left side here. And yeah, he gets bailed out.
All right, and this is the normal play is to check Terminator now. Let's see if he's turning, so he's gonna go. He doesn't want to mess around. He's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. I think if you're playing like, I don't want to say it risky, but if you're just like, if you want to prioritize a game, like this would be the opportune time to just say, hey, I want to do Link to the Past early. But
yeah, I mean, Hype Cave can get you a couple items. I mean, he's kind of low percent in either game, so you'd have a pretty tricky like Thieves Town if you wanted to do that. But I mean, Brinstar on just one tank isn't the easiest thing either. Mostly because casually this game kind of wants you to do 2 loops through Brinstar. This first one early, where you obviously don't have a lot, and then one later. So all the rooms that require power bombs and stuff, they actually have some pretty mean enemies in there with the side hoppers and everything. So little scary doing those on just one tank. He does have the reserve. I don't think he filled it up at all though. Well, he's gonna get one here.
A little bit, yeah. But I guess skip point is that he doesn't have the hammer yet, and that was from Sick Kid, which required a bottle. So That could be why he's just like, no.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even realize he's got Dark World access. So
I gotta just take another look at the tracker. It's like, oh wait, whoops.
yeah, I forget what the bottle showed up. So
His uncle.
oh, okay, that's right, and he skipped that.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just like different degrees of like playing safe. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised he would do that, but
Yeah, I mean the issue always with Brinstar early is you're gonna isolate Waterway. That's the only speed location you can't even scout. So
yep.
can really lay on your mind if you don't find it, because it does get a sword there. So whenever he does finally get his hammer, we'll have pretty easy Dark World.
Ooh, nice find there in Sash Cave for Liam. He gets a hook shot. Doesn't looks not to go into Eastern, which again it's more of a preference honestly. Early on without the bow, I didn't catch if it was pendant or crystal. I don't think either player is really mapped yet, so he's just gonna go ahead and go to SM now.
Yeah, we'll see if he decides to just open with the crate or open with the Bryn loop here. Looks like he's heading to Bryn. Is not going to be doing Gauntlet, so he's going to be missing out on that glove. That glove is... I don't even know what puts Gauntlet into Logic, to be quite honest.
So it's Campfly. Yeah, it's
a Campfly. Okay.
I think you need at least 1 or 2 E-tanks or something like that. I'd have to double check the logic real quick.
Yeah, it's one of those, once you're fairly comfortable with SM, you just don't even worry about the logical requirements for it.
Yeah, it's can and leave Gauntlet and 1 energy reserves. And then just to get to the Gauntlet, and then you need 2 energies for the back.
Yeah, and so I know it's 10 power bombs or screw attacker bombs. I know that part of it.
Yeah, it's like Camp Bomb Passage, right? Or Camp Power Bomb, exactly. But again, a lot of the players, they won't really care too much about that, because again, you need Campfly to get up there in Logic or Speed. But a lot of the players are just gonna bypass that E-tank requirement and not worry about it, because that's such a light requirement, right? Like you're gonna find E-tanks everywhere in the seed.
Yeah, no one's gonna worry about that. We did find the bow too, so not Liam didn't make the Eastern play, but we'll be able to single dip it later on. Liam will be assuming, yeah, he's heading up here, so he'll be stumbling into that bow fairly soon as well.
Yeah. So if I'm putting myself in the head Maniacal, if I'm, if I don't find anything else, I just do Kraid, high jump and everything. Gets the fire rod. That's really nice to get early too. I'm probably thinking just, what, Eastern's a crystal. I'll go there. I'll get my hook shot through Sash, whoever's in Eastern plus that crystal, and then I'll go to escape. So it's just it's gonna be tough for him to get that hammer.
Yeah, really, I mean, that was just right now. I was just thinking that, like, when is he gonna make the play for that? Even if he finds a bottle here, like, yeah, when he's not gonna head of it. I guess he did skip race game, right? So he accidentally is gonna be pulled over there a little bit stronger, because it might be thinking like, oh, well, I skipped race game. Maybe that was it. Maybe I made a boo-boo.
That is a great point, and you're right. It could give him options to go there. I'm thinking Flute's the big catch-all that will bring him over there if he gets it, because then he's going to want to charge it ASAP.
Or Boots, because then he might be checking library too.
Right. Because then, like you said, he didn't do raise game, and then now he has library on top of that he could single dip. So
yeah, so he might get the accidental bailout here.
Also, have you noticed that Maniacal, like every time it takes damage, he turns like pure white? It's really spooky. Like, honestly, dude.
Yeah, and there's the 300 that he could have just skipped Houlihan with. So yeah, definitely an oddball to kind of do that and then just not follow through with the play. Like I said, I didn't mind with that early Moon Pearl, just going ahead and doing it, but to do Houlihan and then he just basically threw away 30 seconds for nothing.
I know why he's doing this, because his PB count's down. I don't know if I like It's just it's a little bit of a weird route.
Yeah, it just makes retro such a one-way trip. You either have to come out and come all the way back down here again to like a Norfair or something, which is pretty slow, or you just got to come right back up. So
it comes down to preference, right? Nice reverse though. I can never get that. That's like one of the rooms that are on my practice list. My practice list is like exactly 2 things in this game.
yeah, it's
I'm
not
just
too
like
bad.
putting them off forever.
It's something like you can actually buffer a jump like 12 frames or something before landing, and it'll go off. So that's the main thing.
It's real spooky because you can't really see Samus right when you're doing it. So
Yeah, you'll get used to the timing.
yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, why is he killing the... Oh, ammo. Yeah, again, I think that's why he puts off retro. He normally does it. That's why it's like, he's doing a lot of things that are like weirding me out. And I have to be very honest, guys. Like, I was a 2v2 partner with Maniacal for like ever. Oh, that's really unfortunate. It doesn't get the whole wall. But gets bonus power bombs though.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm seeing some things that he's routing. It just looks really weird to me. That's all.
Yeah. I think Cutie suggested a kind of an opening route the other day was kind of interesting that I hadn't really considered, where it was like you do Bryn Star and then you go up Red Tower, do Wreck Ship, and then you come through Retro and then go down to Kraid, and it just kind of like do two full loops in the beginning.
That
it really doesn't really isolate too much.
That definitely can work.
It depends on how much you want to commit to the Wreck Ship play. Because I think if you're going to do that routing, you're kind of committing to Wreck Ship a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you don't find anything that puts in a logic, you may do it out of logic. And it just depends on how you feel about that.
I think you do it out of logic if you're looking for an early win at that point, but you know there's like a lot of risk on table, and you do it when it's in logic at that point with that route. Like, I can definitely see that route if you have like any of those million Wreck Ship required items, right, that can get you access there.
Yeah,
if you don't, it's
so much stuff puts Wreck Ship in logic, and we do get the morph ball bombs. That's so that puts the glove into logic. We knew we were going to be stumbling into that sooner than later. Well, I mean, maybe those could have been the second gloves for all we know.
What's that? The morph ball bombs?
Yeah, it puts the glove that we found into logic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would.
Yeah, Liam's just not. Yeah, I used the knee on the little orb thing, and he was just not quite getting in there.
I just kind of know where to go. It's like really hard to explain. It's one of those things you do like 80 times until you get it right 5 times in a row, and then you're like, okay, I got it. But like the first 70 times, it's hell. But yeah, Liam getting his fire rod, he's gonna be happy about that. Early fire rod's always nice. I don't know about you. I don't like a late fire rod. It just feels kind of janky.
Yeah, I like early fire rod just because you can just go ahead and cross off Skull Woods first time you're over there and just not worry about it.
Skull Woods potential, Ice Palace access gets you torches in Hera, gets you lit torches in Pod. Like it's got a lot of utility to it on top of being that damage based item for bosses, right, and dungeon entries. So I really like it early.
Yeah, and then I think like you mentioned, just get your fire source. You don't really have to worry about lamp anymore. Pretty much, just it's nice to have. It's a very nice to have item. It's always when it's real late, it's really awkward.
Yeah, no one likes the lamp, honestly. Delete it. Except for Cutie. Cutie loves the lamp.
I do not know what this.
He got it there. Oh, he should have it there.
He was just jumping way too far out. Okay.
Yeah, it was like
using some bizarre alternate setup. I was like, but yeah, I mean, you could see like not only did Liam take a couple tries on that, all that farming he did was pretty much to give him as many attempts as this as possible. So just Maniacal being a little bit more comfortable with that trick and SM in general, just paying off with some time here early.
Okay, so Maniacal gonna do the classic route here. He's going to cash in his Old Man Warp at Business Center. So what he's gonna do is check Spec Rock first. Sees an Ether there, so he's probably gonna get it. That way, if he does fall on the bomb jump here or elects to fall, he can just go right through and collect Old Man afterwards.
Yeah, Liam does have the hook shot already though from that Sasha. So when he eventually makes his way up here, probably going to do retro, and then I really wouldn't be surprised if he just comes down to trade and do the same thing. He's gonna have the option to Death Mountain right away, so that'd just be just a little routing efficiency for him. Not too big of a deal. It's really just going to be a save and quit.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen him go red tower down just to put pressure on that hook shot that he got and go to East Death Mountain, because you never know, like, if you can spike like speed there, for example, right? And that's just such a good value item to get before attempting Bryn. Because not only does it put stuff in logic, but it's like the waterway check. That's like so perilous if you have to do it late.
Yeah, but he's already passed waterway, so
yeah,
you know.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, if he opened with it, is what I was saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the crate open anyways, just because, like you said, you could spike speed or just anything to make that Brinstar loop faster as it is. More power bombs, morph ball bombs, speed, high jump boots, anything like that. Just more health even. And like that crate open, it gets you this save and quit. And especially with that hook shot, you know, you can get more items in there. So I just always prefer the crate open. And I like crate up if it's doable with having the glove and then having a way up red tower.
Yeah, like if it's more ball bombs, it's kind of it's a bit of a play, because then you're allocating more time.
Is the one I don't count as getting you up red tower.
I mean, I've done it a couple times. It's just you just know you're losing time by doing it, but you're like, I want to put more emphasis on getting that boss out of the way and maybe spiking movement items ahead of like Brinstar, just because you can speed up. And again, you can check items early that your opponents may not be able to check, right? Depending on how they route. Yeah, we get Maniacal immediately going for that back three. No surprise there. Gonna get both dungeon items.
Yeah, I believe he doesn't have a bottle yet. So getting both on dungeon items may make him decide to do the front, which means he'll check Uncle. He obviously has that laying around still, so probably stumble into that bottle sooner or later. And then it's just a. I mean, with when you have so much open, like you have this SM open, you still got the crate checks and everything. You really don't prioritize the fetch quests like that. If you get a really early bottle, like what Liam did, it makes a little bit more sense if you're locked in. But when it's this open, you're really not gonna be like, oh yeah, clearly it's Suck Kid. Like,
okay, so it'll be like the litmus test to see how Maniacal's going to approach today. And if he's playing super, super conservative, he's going to go for that bottle. Because what's going to happen is he'll catch where it was, and he'll be like, you know what? That was that Uncle. What happens if my opponent Uncle redded? Do I leave that and hope that I don't find something like a boots, like a speed, a suit, whatever? There's a lot of items missing on the table like he would want right now, right? Or does he just go ahead and annex it? And at that point, like, you have what? You have Eastern Sash because he has the bow and he can complete it. He has East Death Mountain with that hook shot in logic once he gets that place. So just he's not going for it now. Yeah, he's not going for it.
That's making this. Yeah, I think he's making the fake flipper play now.
Well, he's got
this is really bizarre.
Now. He's got Zora logic, now, so he's thinking
he's got Zora logic, that's true.
But I don't agree with doing this. But that's just me.
I think if he's doing this now, he's already nervous that he missed something. Because he was obviously thinking about this and then abandoned it.
Yeah, again, he knows Liam's he's good at Link to the Past, and he's gonna probably prioritize it, which he did at the start, so he knows. But it's just he's missing the wrong thing, and he doesn't know it yet, basically.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to be really bad is he stumbles into Lamp, honestly, because that's going to start looking like Aga. Like there is a where he does Aga, honestly, in this seed.
I don't think he pushes it super early. Not especially not before Sash. He's not. If he does it before Sash, he's just on my list forever. I'm never
No,
kidding
not
with
before
him again.
Sash, but he can
You've
do,
heard it
like,
here first.
Unless Mitts so happen to be in one of those spots where he gets Dark World access. He can do Death Mountain, he can do Crate, do all of that, and he just has like a couple fetch quests or one-offs located left. And he's like, it's probably just an Agassiz. I'm gonna do that. Like it's not that bizarre of a thought. Honestly,
It's not, but I would just be like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it would definitely be a feels. I think because he abandoned race game, he probably won't isolate the bottle. There'll be the 2 checks over there that he'll be force spec into before doing my
Isn't it
Naga.
just more? Isn't it just more fun to like commentate races sometimes? And you're just like, God, these guys can't believe they're making this play, and then you do the exact same thing.
I
Based
know
on
I
what
do
they found.
I do stuff far dumber apparently.
I was gonna say, yes, the cutie light. Okay.
Yeah, so Liam is gonna be making this Crate downplay. Looks like he's taking a safety. No, he just wants.
He's not getting his phaser today.
Okay, not sure why he went in that room, but.
Oh, he got grabbed by the moss, so maybe probably should have, but it's fine. Happened to me in my seat today too. My warm. You know what's the worst is like not touching Super Metroid for a week, and then going through the pain that is like one run. Oh my.
That first run back is always just.
It's just yeah.
You can not play Zelda for a little bit and feel halfway competent. If you don't play Super Metroid for a bit, you are like a drunken child.
Yeah. Also,
so Maniacal in front of Escape gonna get this bottle, so we'll see how nervous he gets here.
I don't. And again, this will be the litmus test. Does he do it because he knows that someone could have done Uncle, or sorry, there's only one other person. Liam could have done Uncle early, or is it something where? Yeah, I know I'm a little tired. All right, jeez. I heard that snicker. I don't think I didn't hear that, boy. Yeah.
Liam is trapped in hell. Okay, he got out.
There we go.
Water plus no high jump boots plus spikes equals hell. I've seen many a person just on their first like casual run just get into those spikes and you just die because you can't get out of there.
Yup. Yeah, gravity is it's not your best friend without or in water, so. So he's turning like white as Link 2. Are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing?
No, because I'm not really paying that much attention to the colors he's turning. Alright, well, hopefully he'll run something else soon. Yeah, so each player actually missing one of this piece of the Dark World access. Liam's got to make the same or a similar thing where he's got to find these Morphball bombs, realize that puts a gauntlet into logic, and hopefully do that sooner than later. Turning down the power bombs.
He's got 20. I mean,
yeah, he's got.
It's fine.
I would be picking them up because until I got
Right.
VAR, I'm always thinking about Hell runs. I don't think Liam's comfortable enough to do a lower Norfair Hell run, though. So he might just, he's at 20. He's good. So
yeah, that's like I would say that's a really top advanced thought, though, right? Like to think that far ahead is like, I wonder when I'm gonna get Varia and when do I have to Hell run? Because again, like you asked, like the top 10 probably, and that's one of the things that they'll definitely do, right? But
yeah, I mean, I'm just hoarding ammo.
It's pretty early though.
I'm hoarding ammo and energy tanks till I stumble into Varia. I don't skip E-tanks until I have Varia suit. Before that,
that was a golden rule I think I heard Azure say was you always grab reserves unless you get Varia. So don't skip reserves until then, basically.
Yeah, that's supers, power bombs, and any sort of energy. I'm
Mhm.
always grabbing early on. No,
All right, well,
very
there's
quick
the
kills
super.
today.
I was gonna say there's the super conservative decision by Maniacal, even avoiding a Crystal Eastern. That's
Yeah, I'm
that's
surprised avoiding the. You got that bow. I mean, I guess it's not in logic technically without that lamp, but yeah, this is gonna pay off for him. I honestly, it's gonna be a great spot for him too, because he can just head right into Dark World right here, which I think would be, especially with that fire rod. He's got Skullwoods and Thieves Town. Doesn't. Oh no, he will have the hammer. So just to be able to clear off this whole west side of Dark Hyrule right off the bat. So yeah, it's this happens in Randomizer where it's like the wrong route almost like ends up paying off because he's going to get a nice efficient route into Dark World right here.
Yeah, it's pretty well geared for it too. Blue mail, 6 hearts, fire rod, hammer. So he's 2 pendants in Light World, so he's gonna like what he sees in Dark World probably. So very good chances he's gonna run into 2 crystals here, and he should be able to handle those no problem with his gear. Where it does suck is if he has to go to Moth. But sure, Moth kind of sucks, but he has hammer at least.
So. Yeah, he's got fire rod. He can grab a full magic in the big key, vanilla big key room in Skullwoods. Shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, but without half magic, it's like 1 hit right with fire rod. So he's got like 1 hit that is like hammer time. That's it. He can't do Feather Sword Moth. It just sucks. And yeah, Bat Fairy, Thieves, and Pendant Ice.
Liam missed the Nova there. Is going to have to. Well, he's got a power bomb. He can just power bomb the way out.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't matter anymore. Like when in like SMZ3, right? Because you just powerbomb that wall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't open the door on purpose.
That was a really good heads up play by Maniacal there. I just caught that in the corner of my eye. Grabbing the fairy on the bush on his way with that empty bottle. That was really heads up. Very, very smart.
Yeah. I would have headed straight into Skullwoods here.
I would have too, but
that way you can just do Skullwoods, the Thieves Town, peek and check that bumper ledge. You do have the cape, and then you can just finish off South Dark World here.
Maniacal just does not like to go to Skull early. He will go Village of Ocasties over Skull almost every time. And it could be because he doesn't have a better sword. I don't know, but yeah, he'll go. He just likes to put it off.
Yeah,
and I shame him every time because he has to hit those 13 bushes. So. As I should.
I mean, bushes and just like he's gonna have to do like an up-down thing here, or he's gonna have to come back. So it's just a little bit awkward on the routing. I mean, he can do pod here too. Is pod out? Yeah, I mean, if he did Skullwoods, like what I'd be doing is I would do Skullwoods, Thieves Town, Hype Cave, pod, right here, right in a row. Hope I spike the mirror and then just do Eastern. I mean, he can crank off a lot of dungeons right here.
Yeah, it's in his best interest right now to stay linked to the past for a while. There's so many items opened up with the glove hammer combination. As you mentioned, Skull Thieves pod. That's the first thing that would be probably on both our minds if we were in this slot. So, on the other hand, Liam still doesn't have his glove, but he's going to be able to give us our first look of East Death Mountain. Not as an attractive play with Hera as a pendant, but he's still going to get, maybe an item up here. He's going to get his ether here in the Spec Rock Cave, but you gotta imagine usually when you go to East Death Mountain, early mid game, you're getting at least 1 thing. So
yeah, I think the money item for Liam is going to be the boots, because then he can do this big Dark World loop that he'll eventually stumble into with the boots, and that's going to save a lot of time. Especially again, Liam being a speedrunner of the game, knows all these dungeons. We'll just be able to go through them really quick with those boots. Even with just the fighter sword, those dungeons, except for Moth, they don't really get affected too much by fighter sword.
Yeah, what he doesn't want to see is going to be the other glove, right? Because then that just puts that gauntlet glove further out of scope for him, and he's probably just going to want to stay in the pass at that point, right?
Yeah,
because he's going to have his hammer pearl and glove, and he's just going to like, well,
yeah. If he finds,
never doing that.
He thinks he's. I mean, this would be in logic, but he'll think he's on like the right path, and it's wild to get back to Gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't want to call someone's funeral at 37 minutes, but that definitely would be pretty grim at that point. So kind of hoping that doesn't happen, like a closer race, right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that early of a mitt, you would think that something's behind mitts, but dodging mitts can actually really help you in these if there's nothing behind them, because it just locks so many locations.
Yep.
Some of them are pretty slow too, so it could be a little bit of a blessing in disguise just how the seed plays out. All right, so here's the
Wait.
money location.
I just noticed. Did you notice that that looks like a smile? I didn't notice that.
Which screen? What are you talking about? What looks like a smile?
Just pay attention when he leaves the room. Wait for it. There it is. See?
Oh, like
I
kind
did
of
not. I did not. I never looked at it. Like
yeah,
that.
it's like a little winky face with a.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't even know what screen you were talking about. I was like, the attic, like a smile.
I've like played this game for an untold amount of hours. So that's the first time I've noticed that, dude.
Sure.
That's like
I
Cloud and Bush are the same in Super Mario Brothers level, I think. In my own opinion.
Oh, like SMB1?
Yeah. Where they use the same texture, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they are.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, so this whole the loop we were talking about really just gonna pay off that he can do pod with mirror, gets sped up a lot, and then you're gonna go right into Eastern. So
I mean, he could. Well, no, he can't actually. Not without flips, but oh man, if he gets Titans here early, like that's just gonna really just. I get it. He doesn't have boots, but like his route's gonna be really heavily optimized minus, graveyard at that point.
I mean, the only we got a Pendant Ice Palace, so really the only thing we need mitts for is to finish the game in that Turtle Rock. If there's nothing in Turtle Rock. So, like, this could be a very, very late Titans mid seed. Yeah, we can see like in a lower Norfair or something fairly late on. Even Misery Mire, of course, can just be done through LN in this. So it's really we'll keep an eye out for Space Jump. That'll probably belie where those mitts may end up being. The ye olde spin on blind. You hate to see it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You didn't even do the script. What are you talking about?
Excuse me?
You do the Solski special, just dodge and slash.
How are my dodges? 10 out of 10? I think
they're
at the lowest 9.5.
I'll give you that your dodges are pretty good. It still makes me sad every time I see it.
See, the secret, guys, is you play 500 randomizer races without learning the script, and then you just learn how to dodge.
Yeah.
And then that's just how you get good at the game.
Yeah, Liam actually going to get that big key, even though he's got the hookshot here and Hammer Pot.
I didn't actually. I didn't catch that, but maybe he's just with a pendant Hera. I can see wanting to do that because then you you Hera pot, you go into one item on that map chest or that compass chest, and you're like, well,
oh my god,
I have to go kill Moldorm.
As someone who's played Vanilla Hundo, seeing a literal first dig just makes me very upset. Like, just digging that first spot, getting the item, and then just leaving.
That's why I'll never do Hundo, dude. I was so big on that idea too. I was like, hey, I want to learn Hundo, right? Because that'll help my randomizer. And then I remembered about dig game being randomized. I think it's what past that 15th dig or something. I'm just like, nah.
17th, it's 0% until 17, and then it's like a 1 out of 32 chance or something.
Yeah. And once I heard that, I was like, it doesn't sound like fun. I'll keep doing this.
The only reason I did it is because the RMG world record for it was 100% free, so I was like, oh, let me just go get that.
So Liam kind of walked in the pit there, but lost a little bit of time. He kind of looked good. I mean, he's flushed to the wall, but I guess...
Yeah, I think he
mistakes
missed the spin strat.
Yeah.
It was surprising, again, from a player of Liam's caliber missing that, but I mean it happens to literally everyone. One thing I always do is I'm coming to that room. I always do the big chest first, because if you get that chest in the middle, the Kadongos can come on screen and you get additional lag. Especially if you're doing the spin strats, it can really just completely throw you off. So it's a little bit slower of a route, but just make sure you don't lose 50 seconds.
So it gets the map there in that big chest. So
Liam full casualing it. Jeez. That's a bold play with him knowing that I'm commentating. Bold play.
I kind of want to hope that he's just meta trolling you.
He probably is.
Just has like this big grin on his face. He has like that 7 chest cave grin right now. You remember the one?
I remember. Yeah, so Maniacal doing what we're saying. Oh, he's gonna check out the pyramid here. That's
conservative, man. I told you if you went for that bottle, you knew how he's gonna play. He's gonna play 100%. No skips allowed, baby.
Yeah, I mean SMZ3. I really just like doing this check with backdoor Meridia. Just do this up into the portal, into the back door. Especially if you can combo in with the red bomb.
Liam taking a fall there at Moldorm, actually. Unfortunate, because he had to sort out, but just Moldorm poked him in. Just a little boop.
Having a real rough Moldorm.
Yeah, he is.
Real rough in general. Like, we're saying Liam pretty strong on Link to the Past player, so...
I was going to say, he poked him there. That's going to be bad.
Yeah, the poke on when you got a hammer is not a great idea. Unfortunately, for that exact reason.
Oh, that's a great idea, though. That's a real good idea, though. That's a very, very good idea.
That is huge. Now, Maniacal is going to mirror. So, oh god, when does he do Moldorm though?
There's his money. There's your money, though. Like, that's so good.
Well, so here's the thing. Oh, man. So those are probably not required. The only thing that's going to make them required is if there's an item specifically locked on Landmo, or we have a big torch, big key.
Yep. I was gonna say don't say that yet, because you got Kingston Bonk Rocks both in logic right now.
That's true. Or one of the handful of specifically boots lock locations. I mean, Michael does pick up his hook shot. I mean, the thing is, he's gonna, when he does do that Death Mountain, he's gonna get a complete blank.
No!
Oh jeez!
Oh no!
Oh,
oh no!
So
how do we call both?
Yeah. So yeah, that's either really good or really bad for Liam.
Dude, he's probably thinking he's a champ right now. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, and he's making this play straight into Eastern, so he's not going to get this nice the combo in with Pod with the mirror that Maniacal's gonna be able to pull off. That was in Thieves Town, the mirror. I think in the big chest, right?
Yeah, it was in the big chest. So he's probably thinking to do Eastern and then run down combo with Pod at this point. But yeah, that's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, again, if Mitz locks nothing, I mean, we could be in the situation where Mitz locks nothing and Boost locks something, and Liam just won the seed.
Yeah,
we don't. This is either really good or really bad for Liam, and we're not sure. The boots are. I mean, we could see Maniacal finish this seed bootsless, in which case Liam is just going to be gaining chunks of time on him everywhere.
I just don't see Liam leaving Link to the Past now. He just scored boots and the glove at East Death Mountain. Independent hair for the boots, at least. He's not going to leave. He has 4 crystals.
I mean, he's not, but
he's not going to leave.
Unless it's specifically something big is at Smith's, right?
Yeah.
Like missing those mitts early, not too bad.
It's not. But you need it though, right? Like that's my point. And it's in a bad spot that it could be a while till he goes there, right? Because the way it's gonna play out is if you don't need those tight mitts, then he's gonna hit suits, right? Then I'm gonna have like more SM options ahead. That's gonna fall dependent on like when I at least my thought is like when he gets, say, I don't know, wreck ship, maybe to consider that since he's already done full Bryn retro, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead and finish.
No, so sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say is like we're you know, most of the guys who are pretty good at SM generally do that gauntlet open. So we never have to think about routing gauntlet in later. Liam, you know, plays this game, doesn't do that early gauntlet, so that's got to be on his mind. Like for us, I could see us like forgetting it. Like if we had like a weird opening where you just forgot about gauntlet. But he definitely knows about it, so I could definitely see like after a wrecked ship or something coming back and doing it. It's just like I don't know when he like traditionally will look to do it is the only thing. So he may have those morph ball bombs and realize, you know, that gives him access to it and may prioritize it. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, if this is a heavy heavy Link to the Past seed, he's gonna. I mean, it looks like it because there's a lot of stuff here. He's gonna stumble onto some good stuff. But we're right on top of each other in Eastern right now. Liam's going to take the lead here with this dash out of double readies, I think. I'm hyped for this.
Just walks in and still beats him.
Still beats him. Very nice, Liam.
Yeah, Liam got in there almost like a clear minute ahead or behind too, and just Eastern has a lot of long passageways. Again, like what's gonna save him in this point is that he got boots, and it's in a really bad spot. Maniacal, he's playing very conservative. He might make that play, but how I see him route is he'll do East Death Mountain first to those Titans, and then he goes to Hera. But if he gets Titans, he might put a full stop on that.
I don't actually know what's worse for Maniacal, if those boots are required or if they're not required. Because if they're not required, like he could just miss them, and he's just going to be slow and Link to the Past the entire time. It's going to be a pretty significant advantage for Liam.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Again, it's a good equalizer in this case, because don't forget, Maniacal has done more in the seed so far, right? Like he's done Thieves Town, he's done Village of Outcast, Hype Cave, all that other stuff. Liam is just getting his first peek into Dark World, and he is going to see his Crystal Pod, so he's thinking about it.
This is why, like in Liam, I know he got the bow. The thing is, like, all those items in Eastern are available early, so at this point, not likely anything is there. I think I would have preferred. He's got the Fire Rod too. You know, I think I definitely would have the route I was saying. You know, the Skull Woods, Thieves Town, Pod, Eastern. There's so many checks here. Your mirror somewhere in there, and it is so.
Yep, I agree. I like that route too. But again, this is the route he chose, and it could be because he wanted to protect Eastern from being an early find. You know, you have bow early. Maniacal might have done it early. He could be thinking along those lines, but it's just funny that they're both hitting both dungeons at the same time.
Yeah, and the same thing here. I would not be surprised if Liam gets into, even with all the extra stuff. I would not be surprised if Liam gets into Helma. Either same time or even a little bit ahead of Maniacal. A little less dashing in this dungeon than Eastern, but still pretty useful. Oh, but he doesn't have the mirror. Never mind. Actually, the mirror is actually more powerful in Pod than the boots. So Maniacal's going to definitely get to Helma with quite a lead. Interesting, he's going right side with that small key.
Why is that?
I mean, normally I just go up the middle with the small key, and then you do the drop down into right side. It just seems a little cleaner. Yeah, especially without the mirror, I feel like doing the drop down to right side, because he's going to be kind of doing this loop twice now without the mirror. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So, do you think suit is what they're going to be running into sooner than later here? Probably the next big progression item that we're going to get. I guess we still don't have wrecked ship access, do we? Weirdly enough.
Sorry, what was that?
I said we don't have wrecked ship access either, so we could just get something to access.
No, we don't. Not yet. No, they have grapple, I thought.
They have Spring Ball, which doesn't put it in logic, but makes
No,
it
they
pretty.
don't. I thought. No, sorry. Grapple was at Croc Escape. So yeah, no, they don't have it yet. I thought I saw it somewhere. I just couldn't remember if they had it or not.
I'm sure they have Spring Ball though.
Yeah, that doesn't put it in logic though. It should, but it doesn't.
It used to.
Yeah, I don't know why they changed it. It was like so free.
Still is free.
Not free enough, apparently. I don't know.
I didn't even know how to do it, and I was just like, I wonder how you do this, and I just did it. I'm like, oh.
You know what?
Okay.
That's what killed Wreck Ship was they took out Spring Ball because like that's only like 4 things that can get you in there. No wonder it like almost never has anything.
Yeah, there's only still a billion ways for you to get in there. Like,
someone in chat, horizontal bomb jump isn't in logic. LOL. Keck W.
no, it's not.
Very not in logic.
Dude, the horizontal bomb jump's impossible. I don't.
Maniacal.
Yeah, having a little trouble with this dark room.
You know.
This dark room becomes hell once you start getting a little lost in here. If you get anywhere off the beaten path.
What kind of enemies are these?
These are Kadongos.
Not the Donkos. You hate me so much right now, don't you? Maniacal, don't die here. I know you're trying to set up the death warp with Mirror, but that's probably not a good idea.
What do you mean right now? Well, that was something. I assume Liam got that as well. Liam doing pretty well in this dark room though. Kind of passes Maniacal in here.
Yeah. Easy game. He doesn't have that mirror, unfortunately, so he has to set a death warp.
Yeah, unfortunately, these. Thank God he's got plenty of bombs. Doing it fairly efficiently though. Does have a pile of bombs, so not too big of a deal.
So yeah, I guess Maniacal does have that fairy in the bottle. I just don't like the 2. I guess he's gonna have 5 hearts. He'll pick up those 3 hearts in the pot. 5 heart blue mail only on terrapins with just fire rod. That's risky business, honestly, with only Thunder Sword. But we'll see how it goes.
As long as you can get that fire rod shot off, there's a couple easy setups for it. He should be okay. And
there are, but that room can. That room can go backwards in a hurry, though, right?
Yeah, if you miss the first shot.
Yup. And if you flip and you enrage, so then there's 2 different timings on their crawling around.
Liam.
he thought about it, guys. He was like, I don't know, maybe. Nah, he's fine.
You can see Liam just overall having a much cleaner pod. This is definitely the speedrunning experience coming in help here. Yeah, we're. I really thought like that mirror was pretty powerful, but honestly, Maniacal just wasted so much time in that dark room.
Yep.
And Liam does have the boots. Liam is probably going to beat him to Helma here.
Properly visualize that too. Liam had to dash down from eastern entrance to the 5 warp and then go back up, where Maniacal just mirrored. That's like a lot. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, I also got a map check in there too.
I mean, I'm not trying to shame them for the map check, all right? Some guys just need to map check their statue calls.
Not sure why Maniacal decided to murder that poor turtle, but okay. Maniacal, you gonna use the fire rod there, bud?
There we go. Yeah, see, this is where you get spam. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say this is where you get panicky when you're on that side of the room, because that's a real party over there.
We just light the torches first before doing anything else. Yep, man. Liam takes the lead in pod. I mean, I think Maniacal still has a fair amount of checks in the hand, but with those boots, Liam is really cruising.
He's getting exposed here, man. Like I want to show him this afterwards. I was just like, bro, you need to work on pod. Work it. And then he's gonna tell me no, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, Liam getting a very nice pattern on this Helma.
Yep. Loses points on the sword strat, so on the mask.
No, get out of here.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, do you do 17 perfect hammer hits every single time?
Most times, yes.
I'm gonna check the tapes later.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, you know, the hammer strats on Helma a lot faster than those bow strats. Helma did give Maniacal a very good pattern, but you know, a lot of times you don't even have to. You have good enough equipment, you don't have to worry about it. But Liam again, just taking care of Helma right there. Little struggles on phase 2, but cleaning up fairly nicely.
So yeah, Liam without the mirror, he's gonna stick around and loop in Dark World here. So probably Pyramid. I don't know if he did Pyramid. Probably gonna go Pyramid to.
There is no.
I want to say Quick Fish and then left. Yeah, but he missed his graveyard with the mirror.
The screen is so slow. It's honestly faster to save and quit back to the house and go to the portal.
Yeah.
It's like that's how slow that screen is, even with the boots. Even
if he's
even
going
with
if he's going to Pyramid, it's not. But
like, pretty sure I timed it once and it was still faster to save and quit and go to the portal. It's just that screen is. It's like a 50-second screen. It's pretty big.
I'm gonna disagree with you there. If he's going to Pyramid, it's not. It's gonna be close, but like it's a lot of time you got because you're going Link's house. You go down, you go to the left. So there's like 3 or 4 screen transitions. Get to the warp, more screen transitions. Have to go through the hammer pegs, and then you're finally at the screen. Liam's at there at the mounds.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Liam, I wouldn't. He's got so many dungeons he can still do. Well, I guess just Thieves' Town and Skull Woods, but I would just go ahead and beeline those, and you could just, like we said, like the save and quit and the walking out are fairly close. He can come do this whenever. He doesn't really get much being in the area.
I think he saves and quits from Quick Fish, honestly, though. I will agree with you there. I think that's the better strat. I think without Mirror, going now and committing all that travel just to get to Bumper and Skull is a mistake at that point.
Oh, yeah,
travel. Furthermore, he hasn't done Zora yet, so it's just really unfortunate he's missing that mirror. Yeah, and there's the save and quit.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anything. Nope. Pyramid Fairy, big fat nothing today. You always feel like you see like 2 early red crystals, like, oh man, Pyramid Fairy is gonna have like Vari or something, right? It's like, no, it just never has.
You remember those like 25 or those 5 or 10 cent bags you buy as a kid where it had like really bad candy and like really bad, crappy toys? It's kind of what Maniacal's Fat Fairy Cave was.
No,
like I got a sticker in the top. Ooh.
Remember you buying bags of candy with? Was it out of a van by any chance?
No, it was like I can't remember. It was like called like Great Surprise or something like that. I'm not memeing, dude. It was. I'm gonna have to Google it now, but they do exist.
Hey kid, you want a great surprise for 5 cents?
It's a pretty bad surprise. Like the Great Surprise is like
I agree, it is a bad
after you open it. Hold on. I'm gonna research this.
Involved in this at any point? I just need to know.
There's no way. I can't find it.
Yeah, Liam doing this, just these South World checks by themselves. Yeah, I mean, I guess he can, when he does the Village of Outcast, he can just go north to Bumper Ledge, and not that he knows it, but Graveyard Ledge at this point. It hasn't done, you know what's really weird? If I was Liam, I would have, and I got those boots on Moldorm, I would have just done the boots checks like right away.
I absolutely agree 100,000% with that. But I mean, he could be thinking that Maniacal might have read similar as well to it, but oh Lord, is he know.
So let's see if this graveyard is anything. Now, Maniacal making this. I guess he can go all the way into Skull Woods. That's the last thing. All right, so boots checks not. You know what's really gonna be huge, man? What if? Oh no, never mind. I was about to say, what if mitts are in Kingston, but we know where both gloves are.
Yes, we do. I can't find this anywhere, dude.
Oh,
You
and
think-
Maniacal is getting Kingston here, anyways. So.
Like people.
Oh wait, no,
take-
he's not. Boots. Never mind. I'm a dummy. So Maniacal, King's Tomb actually would still be very big for Liam because he's going to stumble in this mirror. I think at this point he's going to do a Skull Woods and then come over right because he already did South Dark World. So he'll definitely be checking King's Tomb. Maniacal, however, is going to isolate it pretty badly. So if he does eventually stumble into those boots, if King's Tomb is something besides like maybe Varia, in which case Maniacal can just skip it, it's going to be pretty big.
So Apathy Duck 07, who is in the lead?
No one. I guess Maniacal has an extra crystal, so Maniacal.
It like really hurt you to answer that question, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Gentle reminder, guys. If and when our runners get flute, Apathy really appreciates when you salute him in chat.
You can't even wait until they actually get it. You're just flute might be in GT for all we know, and you're bringing it up right now.
All right. Before you drive the car, do you put gas in it, or just assume that it's fully fueled up and you're good to go?
My cars come with a fuel indicator, so I can just look at that. I don't have to blindly put gas in it.
You don't have a Flintstone mobile? Okay.
Why are you putting gas in a? What are you putting gas in your feet? People gas is called food, Silsky. All right, let's see some fighter sword moss here.
I have to say I've really enjoyed watching Liam's dungeons. They've been pretty tight. Like minor hiccups, if any, but really good.
Arrow was a disaster for Liam. But,
I mean,
very...
I think that's nerves, honestly, because when we think Liam, we're like, oh yeah, he's like pretty well versed in speedruns. And then I saw like the poke on the hammer, and I'm like, But he just looked like he's having a rough time, right? It happens.
I mean, like, especially in rando, it happens to all of us. Like, you're thinking about routing, where things can be and everything. You can kind of tend to autopilot a little on the dungeons, where it's like the speedrun, you're just concentrating on execution, and then, just one or two silly things happens. But
it's a really
good moth fight there with just the equipment he had.
So I like how he approached it too. Was he used the slashes and spins to try to agitate Moth off the spikes. That way he can actually deal damage with the hammer. Is actually pretty clever.
Yeah, I don't see enough people using spins with either fighter or Master Sword. You can actually spin him into the spikes and get a double hit, and one of the hits will still count. So it's a pretty good technique with the sword. The hammer obviously does temper damage, but the hitbox is just terrible, and Moth's is terrible. So, especially on they had plenty of health here, but in a low health situation, I honestly wouldn't even use the hammer on Fighter Sword Moth. I would just spin to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and on the thing is with these fights, you don't even really want to be using the fire rod for damage so much. You just more want it as a get off the spikes utility. Yeah, you can see right there, Maniacal spun right into the spikes. I still got a hit, so that's really what you want me doing in this fight.
But not doing that. He's trying to agitate him to the center, but yeah, when he's on the bottom, just win him out. Then you can hit him all day long. He's going south up.
Yeah, at this point, probably should menu to the hammer, but
he's committed.
It's a little nice pattern at the end there. Liam, yeah. This room is terrible. Shoutouts to Greenham. Ether in Mummy Statue Room.
What a gamer.
I'm gonna need someone to clip that.
You know, you're a big boy, Duck. You can clip it yourself.
Look, I got the commentary stream up. I don't have the clipping tools out.
I don't know if that was intentional, but that was pretty swag. I'm gonna say no because it brought him all the way over to the left. But was it Spike or Sword / Spike into there, or was it deboost off Spike with that hand? Either way, it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, so Maniacal is going to be grinding his glove here. So we're going to start to kind of unravel the seed a little bit. He's going to have the benefit of being able to go straight into these dark Death Mountain checks with the hookshot, do all those. Won't be able to do... I mean, he could go into Turtle Rock, but that feels unlikely without the Ice Rod. With how much he... Well, does he go into Turtle Rock here? Like, how much is really left?
I don't know, does he? Does he have a right cane?
Oh, no, never mind. Shut it. But yeah, he's gonna be able to do these Dark Death Mountain checks. So this is gonna be a big hint to see if how badly this missing glove is gonna hurt Liam. So if you're a Liam fan, you're rooting for the Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny to be kind of blanks. If you're rooting for Maniacal, you want a pretty juicy item to be there.
All right. So since I was the one to discover the face in there, and Link to the Past room names literally suck, we're gonna call that the Smilers room.
Okay.
It's just the room name now.
You know, we never actually see that half of the room in a speedrun, right?
I'm gonna send the communication to Link to the Past community tomorrow. Don't worry.
Well, I'm just
and
gonna go
you're gonna co-sign it. Got him.
I'm not co-signing it.
But yeah, so what this is gonna do for Maniacal getting that Titan is now Dark Death Mountain, Hookshot Cave, 6 items. I think he does that before here. If he's doing Spiral, yeah.
We're running out of things, and we don't have wreck ship. We don't have any suits. Honestly, something being in Dark Death Mountain feels fairly likely with the 6 checks up there, and everything else is got pretty thin.
Would not be surprised. Yep, hammer protection, purple chest, but yeah.
Liam very lucky, and it be King's Tomb. That could possibly be the one thing we haven't seen that we'll probably see him check when he does spike the smear.
All right. I really liked how Maniacal lifted up that rock. Sorry, I gotta say something positive about Maniacal's ALTTP, guys. He's gonna be so angry when he watches the VOD. Or he's gonna laugh. I don't know which, but you know.
Alright, so pretty big moment of truth coming up here. If Maniacal gets something up here, especially if it's something big, it's going to be pretty big advantage for Maniacal. If it's a blank, then still pretty even. High jump boots, not quite as good as spiking the boots for a Link to the Past. It's still going to help him a lot, especially if we summon the speed sooner than later.
Bombos TR. So I guess we have Hookshot Cave as well. That or sorry, not Hookshot Cave as well. Spike Cave as well after Hookshot Cave is a follow-up.
Yeah, but that's in logic either way.
Yeah.
Maniacal will be able to do a fairly nice routing for Liam. It's pretty isolated. A little. He could have done it after Harrow. Almost. I guess he spiked those boots. And
this is pretty.
Yeah. So nothing here. He does. So right now we do have Each player has a boots advantage in one of the games. I think Liam getting those Link to the Past boots a little bit better, especially high jump boots are nice, but like you really have to know like the specific strats to really take advantage of them. Maniacal does know a bunch of them, but like the Link to that Past boots, just push A, you go faster. There obviously are strats involved with them too. Liam's gonna make.
Yeah.
Liam would
Honestly, not
Maniacal is
surprised.
going in here. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because he just spiked Titans and there was nothing on that East Mountain. So he's thinking, you know what? He might see that one item, and traditionally, guys. So this is before Herapod. I'll explain this. Like I shouldn't say the good. That just kind of defeats the argument. But the meta was if you saw the small key there, you would just leave because it's one item. An Appendant Hera could have to go all the way to Moldorm. You have to do basement. But now with Herapod, it's just a lot more easy of a flex option where you're not spending as much time.
Liam getting his mirror. Yeah, it could be, it could still be King's Tomb. That would still be pretty big for Liam. Maniacal's kind of running out of things to check. You figure he'd get there sooner or later, but it is pretty badly isolated. Wouldn't be surprised if it's literally the last thing he checks with his current item set.
I think now, since we know it's not East that Mountain, Dark World that Mountain, it could be even worse now, right? Because it could be like Smith's Purple Chests.
Yeah, I mean, it could be bad for Liam too if it is Smith's Purple Chest. But again, like Liam's running out of stuff too. He's going to get to Gauntlet sooner than later. I think the main thing with Gauntlet for him, he's probably thinking like I'll combo in with like a wreck ship play or something. But now he's just going to have to go ahead and do it unless if he wants to CWJ over to wreck ship.
Yeah. And again, if progression is locked behind those Titans, he's gonna have to go there eventually. So
yeah, I mean,
the good news is he's keeping up really well in Maniacal right now.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if Maniacal dips into Norfair here and does somehow. I was actually talking about this the other day, and he was saying he's really not afraid to do upper Norfair hell runs. I'm kind of opposed to them because they are slow, and you never know how late Varia is going to be. And that's if it is a late Varia, that's a lot of checks that you just didn't have to do.
I like it here. I don't think it's a good idea though. Like I can see him or myself doing it here. Just like what they got. He just got high jump boots as well. He has I think 5 or 6 E-tanks now, and he has a ton of ammo. So it's not going to be that slow on him to do it. But the thing you have to keep in mind is he's hard locked. Finding Titans, he can't find progression. He's going to have to chase those Titan progression eventually anyways. You might as well do it now. It's not like it's locking out Dark World, for example.
The thing is, like again, because you don't know how late that. Like, what are you really going to find? Well, there's wreck ship.
Yeah.
So if Liam does decide to break wreck ship, he doesn't have to do the CWJ. He can do that spring ball jump, and then come back out to the gauntlet. That would be
so. I was going to say the good news with that is now with that space jump found, it's going to route in Liam to Gauntlet, I think 100%, because it's going to give him ship peeps and it's going to give him really easy access to that Gauntlet. I think he goes for it there at that point. And like you're mentioning, it also passed him to that wreck ship. That's what we're looking for. So I think that's pretty good in his case. Like it sucks missing that early, but it's going to not be that bad overall. For him.
I'm pretty sure Liam can lava dive, especially if you found like gravity suit. So like that wouldn't be too bad. Well, yeah, it's normal. So you either need gravity suit and space jump to get down there. So gravity suit obviously has to be access for lower warfare, or he's going to get flute and going to get the backdoor access anyways. So Liam just never finds space jump, it's not going to be a very big deal for him.
Mm-hmm.
Does Liam forget he? No, he never did back of escape here. Yeah, Liam is now wondering what he missed. So
yeah, Maniacal's E-tank situation is actually a lot worse than I thought it was. Granted, he has 3 reserves. He's definitely gonna do wreck ship. The problem with doing wreck ship is there's a very good chance it's gonna be Varia. Equally chance it's gonna be gravity. And there's gravity, so it's not even have to worry about that anymore, I guess.
Yeah, would you even follow to the wreck ship here, or just go straight to Meridia?
I hate current meta so much.
You'd have to if you're going to do Merida, you'd have to backdoor it because otherwise you're gonna isolate Dragon right now. Oh wait, no, he's got Ice Beam. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. Liam has. Where was Ice Beam that Liam has it in?
Ice Beam was.
What are the things Liam has done that Maniacal has not at this point?
It was Linked to the Past, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought.
Alpha Missiles. Oh yeah, he did Retro and Maniacal.
Oh,
that's
that's
also
right.
really weird.
Maniacal never did Retro. We were thinking Maniacal just kind of had a little bit more of a pure lead here, but Maniacal did skip some stuff in SM. So what are we even still looking for? We're looking for flippers to finish off a Link to the Past, Kane, and Ice Rod.
Potentially medallions, right?
Yeah.
We don't know what's at Meyer yet. We know TR needs bombos, so and they have Ether and Quakes. That's gonna be the answer right there, right? It could lock up both.
Yeah, well, if we definitely need bombers for Turok, then we just straight up need it. And we'll definitely have Myers, whatever it is at that point, obviously.
Just Liam's going back into Link to the Past, Dark World. What is he gonna do from here?
Is he just thinking this King's Tomb?
I think that's where he's at with the boots where they were. I think he's just doing cleanup now. It's unfortunate like how it kind of routed, but it makes sense. He's gonna want to option that first.
Yeah, I missed. He had such a natural way of doing it because he did south already. I assumed he was going to go north, and I kind of just missed what he ended up doing. I think he maybe just saved and quit after Thieves Town.
Yeah, he might have either put it off, hoping that he wouldn't have to do it, or he just could have forgotten about it. But the good news is like his next check, it's either gloves or space. And I think he does Spike K first. They see space jump. He's like probably thinking wreck ship, right? Has to go to Gauntlet eventually, right? Right? Does he do gravity first and then not do it? I don't know. It's kind of scary. It's spooky even. Kind of like Maniacal's
ghost elephant. Screwed up too. They're just coming out white. What is going on?
See, I told you, dude. It's not just me. It's spooky.
I could set up for a pretty decent 3. Yeah, no, probably gonna be 4 round. I think this is 4th now. Yeah, he got 3 missiles in on that first one.
You know, for a guy who said he was gonna crush me in the bracket reveal, I don't know, chat. I don't know.
Man. I'm sure your Fantune, your Dopplers are just pristine.
They weren't tonight. They weren't tonight.
All right, so gravity, space jump. This is gonna be a really comfy wreck ship. These are the situations I don't even bother saves coming. The reserve tank. I think we had this chat last time, but
do it.
Yeah, I know you still do it. Just
saves time on average. So yeah, Liam's gonna get his space jump. So that's again, he's trying to optimize as much of ALTTP before he goes back to the SM.
Ooh, is he?
Careful.
He is not.
No, he doesn't have any safeties. That bonk killed it for him.
Yeah, that's real bad.
He has more ball bombs, so this is a bad trade-off now.
Yeah.
So we'll
see if he makes this wreck ship play or he just goes straight to.
This is really unfortunate.
I mean, I think he's definitely going to be. No, it looks like he.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah.
My. So this is why it's bad. So Liam had the boots early over Maniacal for like a lot of Dark World and Pod Eastern, and you know it really helped him up keep even with them. Well, now he's missing space jump. That's really gonna help him out a lot of this, a lot of the rest of Super Metroid, and you give it to Maniacal instead, right? And high jump as well. So he's missing high jump as well because of no tight mitts. So space would have been that equalizer. Maniacal, just by like definition, is now going to be much faster in Super Metroid ahead of Liam. Like skill ceiling aside, if you want to talk about that, but just missing those really good movement items, both of them, is really going to be hard for him now.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on where speed is, too. Once you, I guess Liam must have checked back of Gauntlet before. I didn't really, but he's just dipping out right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if he also, we'll see if he does take that Kenfly and check criteria power bombs too. I know a lot of times if I just have access to it with more fall bombs, I look to maybe do it later with a speed or a space jump.
Yeah, so again, we know where charge was early on too. I doubt both of our runners go for it at this point. I guess it depends if they
We still
finish
have
off
flippers.
with, like, I'm saying, let me finish. Jeez. I was gonna say if they lead off on a finish of swamp to get them, then it makes the most sense probably time wise because they're already in the warp and everything. Or
The other
Maria
thing is they don't
finish.
have any beams. Just charge doesn't
Yeah.
really help at all. I mean, Maniacal's already got 55 supers. He's looking pretty good for even Mother Brain right
Hey,
now.
I've seen Maniacal do the 300 beam Mother Brain fight. Okay,
I mean,
there's
I'm
no
sure.
ceaselessness to his memory. He could do.
I mean,
He could do it. All right, Chad. I've just been informed that I am doing the commentary solo for the rest of this race. Apathy Duck has decided to pass on the remainder.
you wish. You wish. So yeah, this is looking. This could be a speedless seed. I don't think we didn't have anything at early supers, right? No, we didn't. It was just.
No, there's Varia.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, Maniacal in SM Go mode now.
Yup.
Yeah, Liam is just going to getting further and further away from the path.
Again,
chasing
with
bits.
the good news is Liam gets back on path to getting at least high jump here, which is great for him. Maybe even Spike Cave for space because he's thinking, man, I don't want to leave that because he just missed it, right? So
Yeah, the thing for
he probably
Liam.
gets both, but it's just really in a slow roundabout way now.
So if he gets these high jump boots, and then if he does make his way back to criteria power bombs, he will think he will have wreck ship logical access with the gravity suit and the high jump. So he'll be incentivized to do it that way. I guess the big thing is if there's something in lower Norfair, it's looking like Flute's not going to be. I mean, at this point, Flute showing up doesn't mean anything logically. It just so happened to be in the seed because we do have lower Norfair access and Mire access that way. Yeah, so Liam may put that off because he doesn't think it's a logic, even though it is. So it just really depends if something is down there.
Sorry, which one in logic?
Saying lower Norfair.
Oh yeah, with
Liam,
the double suit.
you get down there, but he might not be incentivized to do it because he thinks it's out of logic. But he will have wreck ship in logic if when he stumbles in gravity suit. He might, this is another good time to do. Oh God, he's gonna have to. No, he still has a spot. Okay.
You know what
he
might do?
Spike cave here, honestly.
You know what else he might do? I think he might go to ice. He might. No suit. I don't know. We'll see.
He might go to ice, but he might find. I mean, something might be there. Like,
yeah,
we're saying, oh, he might go to ice, but
like if he scores like Bombos there, that's cash money, right? But
I mean, he would probably be upset with that because it's like, oh, this doesn't really get me much right now. Something that's a low locking item would be the best thing for him because Maniacal may put that, especially with him just having at this point all of SM. Literally the only things he can't at least check at this point is Waterway. Literally everything else is in logic.
Which would be even funnier if Speed was there at that point. It's like that's just like worst case scenario right there.
Yeah. We don't have flippers though, so Liam probably not going to do that because it's out of logic. That seems unlikely. Maniacal stealing my strat that I showed to him. Nicely done. I give it a 5 out of 7 though.
Pretty good hundo strat there with the bounce ball too.
Yeah, I just stopped doing that because you just more often than not fall into the damn salmon eater.
I don't know. He just looks really shaky in Link to the Past today. I'm actually surprised, to be honest. But it's just having a rough day. It's fine. Liam going ahead and exercising more caution, staying in Link to the Past with those tight mitts. Going to do Smith's purple chest chain. Can't blame him for it, honestly, because finding the glove there is pretty anxiety driving, I guess, because it's that gauntlet, right? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh man, Maniacal had that early, so now he has to go back and just double back and make sure he's okay in these spots, I would think.
You know, this is what I was saying early, that you know, like the good thing for Liam missing those, if nothing was behind mitts, it could actually pay off for him. And the kind of sad thing is that those morpho bombs put both criteria, super or power bombs, and gauntlet and logic, both just being one item. Like that is like the most 50-50 choice. He could have gone right instead of left. In fact, I'm almost surprised he did, because the power bombs would be faster overall, not having to go all the way back there. So if he just did that, he would have found his gravity suit. He would have been able to avoid all of this. You know, at some point he would have stumbled into that. Obviously, he may even coupled it in with like a mother brain kill or something. You know, so just really unfortunate he went to gauntlet and not criteria power bombs. I think if he went to criteria power bombs, he'd be in really good shape right now, actually. Or purple chest has something big, you know. Who knows?
Maniacal did purple chest, didn't he?
I didn't think Maniacal did any of this in a sequence.
I'm pretty sure he did Hammer Peg Smiths, at least.
I don't remember. So if he did, then this is not going to be anything, obviously. So wondering where the hell that ice beam was. That Maniacal doesn't have it.
It was at Retro.
Oh right, we went over this.
We had this talk, Doc.
Look, I'm an old man. Okay, I can't even remember retro beta missiles, much less.
Apathy Doc is 56 years young, guys. He's like close.
I mean, like on a galactic scale, sure.
Oh,
that's
an item.
We could.
I could again with that spooky ghost suit. Yeah, Red Cane. That's gonna route nicely because now he's gonna do Norfer LN to you know, GT and then Meyer at that point, pending if he can get in. And then at this point, it's just gonna be Bombo's Ice Rod.
Flippers.
Bombo's Ice Rod.
Yes.
You remember that thing I do? Just you wait.
Where you forget things? Oh. Liam, unfortunately, having the ye old daddy time loss. Of course, which hope everything is fine on his end. But yeah, if you want to go fast, don't have kids. This is a lesson to everyone out there.
Did you just tell me not to have kids, bro?
That wasn't specifically at you, but it was also specifically at you. If your wife could have kids with like someone else, I think that'd be fine.
Did you just tell my wife to have kids with someone else, bro?
Yes, that one I absolutely.
What? All right. This is where I draw the line, chat.
Look, I'm opposed to little.
You're making chat and I very uncomfortable right now, Doc. I need an adult right now, okay? Like, that's how bad it is. Jeez, dude. This got offside. All right, well, Liam's back. That's
All right, and he's getting that gravity suit. So he's back on the golden path here. Pretty much at this point, Maniacal does just have like a little bit of a pure lead, just making him hit these checks ahead. Expects Liam to kind of just follow in Maniacal's footsteps here. Again, the only thing Liam did that Maniacal did not do was those retro checks. I don't. Yeah, there was nothing down there that is really hard required. The ice beam just going to speed up Liam in Turian when we get there. But if Maniacal can avoid ever going back there, Maniacal has a pretty comfy lead. Was he trying to do the chronic?
Doesn't even go for chronic boost. Unbelievable. Oh wait, he doesn't have speed. Never mind. JKLO.
Chronic boost at that speed.
I just corrected my own mistake, but then you just need to go to bat at me again. Eh?
I'm wondering, like, usually you like hold jump to do it. I wonder if he just like let go and repressed it and then jumped up, because he didn't need to farm those power bombs. Oh, the power bomb was too low too. Yeah. Well, whatever he did, it certainly didn't work. that's all I know. So it looks like, yeah, he's going to be going. He's got space jump. He's got access to this. Just going to go ahead and kill GT first. When you don't have charge for Ridley, a lot of times I look to skip GT, but in this situation where you have to do the lava dive, it makes sense. Just kind of suck it up and do the farms afterwards. But he's got so many missiles. He should be fine. Just even with his natural drops, should be able to get above 30 for Ridley. So he's got a really good animal count.
Did you say ammo count or animal count?
Ammo count.
Clarification. Okay.
Why would I say animal count?
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm just asking.
All right, let's see how Liam's Fantoon fight is.
Oh baby!
Gonna...
Oh. get destroyed, dude.
Oh. Wait, he reset. Why did he reset?
He's not. He's gonna skip it. That's why he's skipping the fight. It's ammo conference. I talked to him about this, and he's actually rando god for doing this. So he's doing it because it's not worth the time in the fight to farm and refarm and everything. Right. He wants to go in with like top loaded ammo, so he's just resetting to get that.
But he's got 55. Like I was saying before, he's got so many missiles. He could actually do the fight and not have.
I guarantee you, though, if he got that screw attack, he would have kept through the fight. Because it just makes Laura Norfer faster without speed and plasma here at this point. And
yeah, the big thing is he's missing plasma. I mean, he's got plenty of E-tanks. He could just face tank his way through everything.
Yeah. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, but with that ammo, it would be worth it to kill GT. But he does have to do. See, this is why I would just kill GT. Honestly, you still have to do this crap. He does get through it pretty quickly though.
Again, it's the ammo farm right in the conversation.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's got 55. Like he could kill GT. He's gonna get the drops from GT. He'll get drops from pirates. He'll have 30 by the time he gets to Ridley, anyways. So he wouldn't. The farming really wouldn't have been too big of a deal. That just like a power bomb there too, get some more.
Hey, don't get lippy with me, boy.
I'm not getting lippy. I just explained this 4 times.
Hey, that's Meyer, and it has Quake, so
there we go.
Can get in.
Yeah, this
he's got Hurricane. He's gonna do it.
The only downside is unless he stumbles onto a sword real quick, this Vidi fight's gonna take a hot minute. It does have 25 bombs though. We since we do the ammo capacities over here, I can still use those bomb strats on Vidi.
Flashbacks to the good old days of Link to the Past Randomizer with like Vidi and Desert.
You can inform by Azure that the fight is free, apparently. Look, Azure, if you could just only sound smarter than me in one game, that'd be great. So would you do Desert here? I mean, I would do Meyer first, obviously, but look, Desert's doesn't take that long to do. It is the green pendant too, so it's an extra item. If it is something, it's going to take forever to get back here. So it looks fairly attractive. Oh, well. I guess he'll let me know when he comes back. Did he? Oh, I guess we do have a book. Well, then never mind. I wouldn't do desert. Oh, I guess he's gonna do it anyways. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Yeah, I think this desert play from Maniacal is fine. Probably would have should have just done it after Meyer. I mean, he is missing a couple hearts. You want to be full hearts on Meyer. Doesn't have powder or anything like that. But then again, he doesn't have Master Sword, so you can't. It's not like he can get beams. But this is going to be 3 items, couple in pretty nicely here. It's just going to put him 1 dungeon away from pedestal at this point. Although there's so few things left that fairly unlikely we're going to get a ped seed here.
But my memes, though.
But your memes. So what do you think of this desert play?
Pretty in line with how Maniacal's approached the race, really, right? Conservative from the get-go, and this just kind of pads on that theorem. He doesn't want to. I think he feels confident enough that he can kind of beat out Liam on that case. So I think he's just kind of just like, you know what, just let's not give him the opportunity to kind of get ahead with missing out on these plays. So he's just gonna kind of go ahead and
yeah,
spend the time.
I think my only quibble is I just would have done it after. Oh, he's not going to do Lambo though. Interesting.
I think he got both items,
but it's green pendant.
Yeah.
So
I get that, but it's just, I think that's where you can draw the line. That's fine.
I think we do actually have book, so he can come back whenever. But I'm thinking if we didn't have book, I definitely would have been doing this. But I mean, I would have done it after Meyer. You know, if you spike something in Meyer, then it's even less likely it's in there. You know, especially. Well, I guess flippers would be the big one if you spike flippers. If you found Bombos or Ice Rod, maybe still do Desert at that point, because each one by themselves is kind of. I mean, Ice Rod gets you absolutely nothing by itself, and then Bombos is like you're going to make the Ice Rod into a rock play.
Yeah, so the way I would look at this is, when are you going to go back and cash in that green pendant, right? You've already done the Eastern Pod. You've already had that out of the way. You don't really have anything else to route it in. Maybe charge, like in some kind of really weirded out route.
Yeah, I guess
already on Fat Fairy as well. So again, for him to kind of commit to green pendant right now, like he's gonna do Meyer, LN, the rest of Norfair, and Meridia probably first, right? Ahead of that, he's just gonna say, yeah, that's the bridge I'm gonna die on at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, if Lambo had the item at that point, it's probably worth it. But with both in the front, that makes sense. Always get the chest first.
So Maniacal has powder, right?
He does.
So okay. Never mind. I'm not gonna ask the question. It's like, so he's spending what little energy he has left on Kate, but yeah. Never mind.
I think we might be getting another baby check from Leon over here.
This is optimal baby check, actually.
Good dad. All right, Liam's back. Yeah, this fighter sword low health Vidi is going to be a little tricky for Maniacal. Where are our swords? Like, it's rare to get this deep in a seed without any
GT.
swords. Well,
All three
guaranteed
of them.
all swamp. There's always a sword in swamp, right?
All 3 items pendant ice. Let's go.
That
I'm
would
just
actually
thinking the worst to the worst right now, guys.
that would make it required. Oh,
Whoops. See you later.
That's an oopsies. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of good options. He already picked up the full magic. I guess he's just leaning into it, hoping that's not going to be required.
Got one more chest. Does he have the Bicky?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because if he doesn't have the Bicky, he doesn't have any other means to get full magic. I guess Fish Room. I don't remember if that has magic, but
I have zero idea.
That's the only time I will ever. Yeah, that's the only time I will ever mention Fish Room on a commentary. But yeah, bailed out. Look at this guy, dude.
Assuming that's not an item, though. I mean, it
Well,
could still be an item. Yeah, he still has. I mean, at this point, he's just going to lean into. I think he's just going to.
Yeah, you'd be dumb, honestly, to go back because it's just such a time waste. Does he have an item yet, though?
Yeah, he got at least. I think I saw a heart piece in here. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw one item. And I'm looking at.
He can't even powder the Annie Fairy at this point.
If he had mushroom, he'd be in great shape because he could. Yeah,
he should not go back. I mean, actually, no, he's lampless. He should turn around, dude. Nah, he's not going to. Wait, maybe he still has a fairy. I think.
Actually, lampless, you pretty much have to take like 2 hearts of damage to getting through this. This is a pretty sticky situation for him, to be honest. Yeah, we'll see how he gets by this this spike in this next room. Usually, the way I do it is I just take 2 hits and then I know to go down. Yeah, he does have the cape. That's a good point. It's probably what he's got to do, honestly. Cape's not going to help him out too much. Like, a lot of times you could just cape and do the sword slash glitch on Vidi. But it does no damage with slashes, so that's not going to work.
Yeah, the problem here now, again, is he's wasting more and more magic, though, right? Like, that's magic you could have applied on spins in Vidi's core with that fighter sword to at least soften him a little bit. So
yeah, I completely forgot. He got that early fairy and a bottle, which he still hasn't used. This is a lot less scary than I thought it was, but still, I mean, you know, he's pretty slow going through here, so you know, Maniacal having, we saw it in pod earlier too. Not only loses some magic and some health. That's not what you want right here in this situation.
Yeah, he's gonna want a powder the Annie Fairy coming up like 100%. No, you're not, dude. No. Oh, he doesn't have powder.
Just over this. All right, he's just gonna be opening up with bow here. With this, just what you can do here is just go up on this right side and dash turn and shoot the bow into the eyes from the left hand side.
You think he's gonna use his powder on the eyeballs?
No. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Or you can just do that sword strat, that works too. Yeah, you can just go to town on these eyeballs from the side here. Only has 5 arrows though.
He's gonna revert to hammer after this.
Okay.
He should revert to hammer after this. No, don't do this. Oh no, it's gonna be so slow.
I've definitely taken a death on Vidi because I didn't realize I only had like 4 arrows, and the 5th shot came out empty, and all of a sudden I had an eyeball in my face, and it was no good. So heads up on Maniacal, keep an eye on that arrow count.
Chat saying sword spins are not safer at this point because you actually move a lot slower with that, and Vidi's speed will catch up to you if you miss a spin. But luckily he had the right mindset. So Vidi's, you can kind of track him in an infinity or a figure 8. And then that way, that's how you can always cycle in your heights. So that's what he did to avoid. It's just he had some good spins in there to kind of avoid.
A lot of times
That
what I
was
do,
pretty close for a couple of them though.
I'll do like the hammers, and then like because that bounces really weird. He gets away from a little bit, and then I'll use the spins to kind of like put him back in the corner, like back away, and then spin him.
Again, I just really like hammer no sword just because you have a lot of mobility and you can keep away from Vidya at all times. Like you can always outwalk them. Like you'll actually walk slightly faster than them, but you can always space yourself away from them if you space them out and properly. So yeah, you got the fight done. So moving on to LN.
Honestly, the big
kind of funny right now because he probably thinks, oh, maybe I have that screw attack. Nah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that screw attack just to get through pillars here would be helping out a good bit, and worse from in the game too.
Oh, never mind. It's late, guys.
Yeah. There's not a canned worse room in the game for the loadout he has, so he's just going to be killing the pirates here. Well, there's not a canned one that I know of. I'm sure I'm gonna look over chat and see as they're telling me like, "Well, you just do this."
I feel like Maniacal just knows that, you know, Azra's here talking about the super count, and then he's just like, I'm gonna throw missiles at the pirate.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, to be honest.
Yeah, another room he's gonna miss not having screw attack is in key stairs. Doesn't have kill them. Just probably just I'm just imagining just kind of tank this first one, and then you can just kind of get by the other two.
It's just faster, easier, everything like that. Like he has enough health, he has the skill to get through it. He has the super count, like, but again, it's still a nice item to have. Like,
yeah,
you'd rather have it or not. You'd probably rather have
go in here. I'm surprised he waited out that first one. I just would have run through that dude. He's got 8 billion health. Yeah, I'm you know, he's getting health back from the pirates. Like,
he's kind of again like he's playing a little weird. Like, right, like he's very conservative. I think he's just really steady on the pace that he's like, you know what, I'm just not gonna make the mistake today, kind of thing. Like we saw that in Meyer with like his play was really super conservative in there. And then oh, did he end up getting both items in Meyer? Did we confirm that?
I do not know, honestly. So there's that half magic.
Now we can go back for the torches.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this. I would have I didn't realize.
Okay, you did. Thanks, guys.
Norfair. In the situation where you're lava diving down, I would have done Upper Norfair first to hedge against Meyer being Bombos and potentially find it in Upper Norfair. But I guess he just completely skipped it. That half magic would have really helped Meyer too.
Yeah, I mean, having 2/3 medallions, so that's like the golden rule. Is like, yeah, I think fine.
Like doing Upper Norfair before or after Lower Norfair isn't too much of a time waste. So it's like, if I'm looking for any medallions, I'm just going to do Upper Norfair first. No, nice jump into Ridley's Claws to finish the fight off. Yeah, you can see, like, you know, Maniacal obviously being pretty good, just not having trouble with that Ridley fight. That's why we're just a little surprised he was taking those key stairs so incredibly safe. Well, there's our Master Sword. I mean, really not a good way of getting that before Vidi. So just a little bit unfortunate placement there.
It's good to get before Swamp and TR though. Like it's at least it's an upgrade. Like going throughout your sword for both dungeons is not really ideal. Like you can do them, slows you down a little.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Fighter Sword Vidi is just one of the slowest fights.
Yep.
I mean, Fighter Sword Argus. I mean, Argus is a lot less scary. Like you're not really gonna die on it, but Fighter Sword Argus is pretty damn slow too. Nice reverse Kago. I don't know if he was trying to do that.
That was real cute, dude. That was real.
Yeah,
cute.
I don't know if that was on purpose or that he just kind of ended up there. But that's.
He looked like he knew what he was doing. I'll admit, like space jumping rev square in the middle like that. Pretty sure that was intentional.
So Liam's gonna get his screw attack. Again, it's not the biggest time saver in the world. Oh, did he reset it? He reset it. Wow. Yeah, with these ammo counts, honestly, just like you don't have plasma to get through these, I just would kill. Like if I had 30 supers or something where I really would have to farm afterwards.
Ooh. There it is.
Yeah, speed. That's pretty nice. That does give us our logical Dragon access as well. So Maniacal pretty much fully kitted out in SM except for literally any beam. He's still on just his little pea shooter.
Time to go through the real worst room in the game.
What, Three Musketeers?
Nah, Tripper.
See, another reason why you just kill GT with this ammo count, it's you got to deal with this. Like, it's not. That GT fight is not that long. Like,
it's not.
Resetting the screw attack again. If you had 30 supers and you had to do a very long farm after, then I get it a little bit more. But at 55, you're gonna get so much of that just like in change, basically. So. I mean, in Maniacal situation where you just beefed it and you just lost it, fine, you know, whatever. Don't go back for it. But Liam choosing to skip it. I mean, yeah, you don't need it, but it's just gonna make your life so much easier.
Did Maniacal reset wave at all? So I thought I saw a red door there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just skipped wave. And maybe he's in. Yeah. There it is. He's not even picking up his shield. What is this?
What a jerk. I mean, no one likes Fire Shield, but he's not going to be able to get the Mirror Shield now, which is a pretty big loss.
What's wrong with Fire Shield? Let's have this chat. What's wrong with Fire Shield?
Because the first shield at least is somewhat helpful, and the Mirror Shield is a meme. The Fighter Shield just exists in the squishy middle where it doesn't matter.
Protecting against fireballs does not.
It does, but most of us know the blind script, so.
And there's other fireballs in the game, is there not?
I mean, there are. How many fireballs are you running into, though?
I don't know, like Meyer.
Meyer.
I'm just saying these things happen, okay? These things happen. At least I'm not like, oh my god, I got my level 1 shield. Now I can do lineups.
You're just mad that I made you route in a shield for me in the spoiler log.
So terrible, dude. I couldn't believe it. Why are we gonna risk a loss over getting a shield? Like
I said if it was in the way, just get it for me. Wasn't gonna go 8 rooms out of the way for a cape or something. Like that'd have been ridiculous.
Alright. I'm gonna let you guys know a little secret. Routing this guy was like trying to tell the Tasmanian devil to do his taxes, alright? Like he's gonna go and spin like a little tornado and cause havoc.
Hey, we had the ice rod thing, and we had the money and ice palace thing. Those are both very nice.
Those were Those were both very nice.
They were nice.
Oh.
But yeah. Anyways, Maniacal doing Croc. Definitely, especially with getting speed, putting it in logic. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, he could put. The thing is with speed is he can come back this at any point, but like again, he doesn't really have much to do. So this definitely is a pretty good play here. You know, well, never mind. He's got all Meridia. Completely forgot about that. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe skipping this, do Meridia first, and then you can come back to it. With getting that speed, it's pretty quick to get back here.
You know, I'm gonna keep saying that Maniacal is just playing really tight and really conservative, and then you're gonna keep getting baffled that he's doing the conservative and safe
I'm
plays.
not baffled. I'm providing commentary and context. You know, our job.
You're mystified right now.
I'm literally mystified. Oh my god, why is he making this 50-50 play? What an insane thing to do.
Whoa. Why are you going that way, bro?
I do not know. He gets it first try though, so
he has. Okay.
He's got space jump. Yeah, I don't.
He's got space jump speed. Like, oh. All right. It's fine. I'll let it go. Wanted the G. You know what? Probably.
God,
that makes
if they ever put achievements in this, I'm leaving. I'm done.
Just pops up on your screen too. Total should do that for April Fools, honestly. Hit him up with that suggestion. That'd be great, actually.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Like the first one he does, like you go to Blindside and like, congratulations, you're not Soulski. Got him.
Never seen that doing cosign with Spring Ball. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's really nice. Actually, it's very fast.
Yeah, only on 11 supers, just getting a little farm. Gonna need a good bit of supers to get through. Gonna need at least 10 to get through bot lane with the equipment he's got. Well, A for effort, Maniacal. That is a really tricky shine to get. Like it's pretty close. So. Yo, congrats on Grapple Beam. It could be Shacktool. I mean, he definitely should be picking up that point. It's his only way to get it since he doesn't have that Ice Beam.
Yup.
Yeah, I mean, so at this point, I kind of expect flippers to be in Meridia and then probably like Ice Rod or Bombos or both in Swamp. Heck, we can have Bombos and Swamp, Ice Rod and Turtle Rock at this point.
But what if Pendant Ice Palace? Liam forgetting the key. Luckily, it's next door. Happens to the best of us, dude.
Especially if you speedrun this game, you're just
you're
so used just to coming that way. I've definitely done that more times than I like to admit.
It's a real bad spot for the big key, though. It's like the worst, honestly.
Yeah, no one likes it there. The only time you like it there is if you try to do the cutscene skip and then get lucky. Liam, a little low on life too, is going to have sort of the same problem. And he doesn't have that fairy that Maniacal did. And I've mentioned this before. One of the changes in V11 is those bottles never have anything. Especially like the higher skill Link to the Past players are so used to not running with any safeties.
He's not getting the magic either. That's surprising because that's like half magic and cape.
Yeah.
Oh, he does have a fairy. He does have a fairy.
Oh, he does. Okay. Yeah, but like it's honestly something I need to adjust to is picking up a safety in a bottle at some point. It's just like a tiny mistake without any sort of backup can cost you a race. So I've actually been, if I see the bug net, I've been getting it a little bit more now.
Maniacal pulling the soul ski, trying stutter 3 once, and then just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna scout this.
Yeah, especially
every time,
with,
dude.
Yeah. And then pulling an Azure and scouting the Crab Supers.
Why wouldn't you scout Crab Supers?
Azure scouted it in his Hundo run. That's
all right, yeah, that's pretty funny. All right. See, I get the joke now because I got the context. I can laugh too now. More power.
Yeah. I'm making jokes for exactly 2 people.
Now we can all share a joke. Liam getting through the dark room? Yep, he's just about to get through. All right, so the switch part is done. Spike part's done. He forgot to do the switch. That's what we forgot to do. Because I remember seeing the antifairies. I'm like,
Yeah, the worst part about forgetting that is these antifairies are now, unless you get lucky, they're now just going to be free roaming around the room like this.
And it's not
especially
just
in the dark.
health. It's a more important resource, I'd say, right now is this magic to make that fight a little bit faster. He does have 30 arrows though, to combat that, so he's not gonna have like a terrible time, but it's not gonna be really ideal. He would want more magic going into this fight.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would be using the bomb strats here to open up Vidi.
Yep.
Get some of those eyeballs down, and then do that right side arrow shots.
Yeah, remind me, it's like 8 per eyeball, right?
I have no idea. I just keep hucking until I'm out.
It's just just gotta keep hucking. And
right, well, there's that ice rod.
The ice rod. Yep.
Yeah. So just bomb up some flippers. If we summon the flippers, I really think we're going to find that bombos in Swamp Palace too. So yeah, that's Liam's doing kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Just going to be opening up these bombs. Just even if you don't kill, like, hopefully you can get a couple down. But even if you don't kill any, just that they get softened up is pretty much reward enough.
It's less arrows, right? So
yeah, like they'll start popping just like with 1 or 2 arrows.
Okay, so they're gonna start dying soon.
Yeah, one of the nice things about the strat is Vidi's eye cycle is dependent on how many eyes are left, and since you're hitting the bulk of the eyes every time with this, basically they all get really weakened and the cycle stays long, and then yeah, you get finished off pretty quickly.
Did you catch that? That was really
yeah.
Nice
He's really. I mean, he can take a hit here, so he's in. Once he gets this last eyeball down, and yeah.
No, but I mean, like the arrow pattern there, where he shot the one north of him, and then he turned. And shot the one on the right. That was really sharp, and it bounced it away, so he didn't take that hit, right? So it's just like the little things like that, kind of really impressed me with him tonight. Well, Maniacal gonna go ahead and do the forbidden one.
Yeah, nice deboost there too, as well. Oh, yeah. Getting those fleas at the top of Shack Tool were pretty annoying. Or excuse me, the pants room. What great name SM has, the pants room.
You're really gonna badmouth Super Metroid room names?
No, I'm not, but...
Okay. Let's go through the Link to the Past room name, shall we?
Look, it's called Mire 2 because it's the second room in Mire. It's very descriptive. Although Poke's 1 is actually the second
Mire
Poke's
2
room.
there.
Poke's 1 is actually the second Poke's room that you see in Toro Rock. The newest version of the Practice Hack actually has a save state for the first Poke room, and it's Poke 0 now. So
you guys are the worst, honestly. Just like you guys gotta go.
Pinkus is the best, to be fair.
You guys have to go and just like remap all the names. I give you permission.
Whoa, Temper Sword.
I would not keep that.
Actual.
I would not keep that because he has what left side still to do. That's not worth the time. You can't tell me with a straight face that's worth the time, dude. And he has silvers.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not, dude. It's not.
I mean, how long?
100,000. Like count his time right now. 100,000 times.
Yeah, I mean, even with like
I'm gonna ignore that every time.
even like a 2-3 on Ganon or something, like that's only gonna be like a minute. This is definitely gonna take more than a minute to go around.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if he had a lot more Link to the Past to do, like he hadn't done Moth, hadn't done Viddy.
Right. If he has a lot of Link to the Past, I can see it maybe. But even then, I'm just like, you know what? There's like, say it was my tempered sword, right? If this is my master sword, I'd probably take it. If it's my tempered sword, I'm like, there's another sword out there, right? So I don't know. I definitely, especially with silvers, I definitely would.
I mean, I definitely would have reset and checked out the left sand pit, and then what he could have done is grabbed it on the way out. That might have been efficient enough to be worth it.
Mm.
Right? Just, I mean, I probably would have been looking to backdoor this even with fake flipper, which is a little bit tricky, but I don't know. I just always prefer the backdoor. Especially his ammo count is pretty rough. He's got to go through bot wound like this. Yeah, does he even have enough? What is 3,000? Yeah, he technically has enough, but
he's got to go save now and do left sand pit. Oh man. Liam, kind of low on health now. That bottle ain't gonna help.
Yeah, I mean,
this
is why like resetting screw attack was probably a little too ballsy. Yeah, left sand pit just not having anything. Should get some pretty good drops off the pirates though, at least. Hopefully, nope.
So I think in my head now, if Maniacal did reset that tempered, he's already done bottom wound. He's already done post bot wound. He's already probably at Precious entering Dre. That's where I put that time.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate place for the sword.
It really is. It like makes you think. Even like I'm pretty cutthroat with that. I'd probably even reset a sandpit sword, honestly. If I might be able to route it in post, like maybe to Shack Plasma at that point, but I don't know. If I had the other sandpit and I still had the rest of them ready to go, I probably would just call it a day and say I'll run the rest.
Oh yeah, it was Shack Tool. I was thinking the same. It was Shack Tool too. So yeah,
it's just really again that's a lot of extra travel, right? Like, again, I'll even say even with the sandpit, I'd probably still reset that, but I don't know.
Yeah, and then he's pretty much forced into this. Actually, I wish we got this farm spot, so heads up Maniacal. But yeah, it definitely needs the supers here for Bot Moon. Still not having that charge beam. Just no way of getting it. And like at this point, like I definitely wouldn't be getting charged. I mean, if you don't have any beam to make it worthwhile, like what does it matter? Like if they don't stumble into plasma, then charge beam is. I mean, even with their super accounts, like charge is just so not helpful at this point. I wouldn't bother getting it.
With like 0 beams, yeah, they got like way more ammo than they need, dude.
Honestly,
100 even 65 and like 90-60, they're so good.
Yeah, I'm like, unless I had like full beam, I'm probably not.
Even if you had full beam, I probably would just like.
I'm saying full beam is the only way.
There's only one rule. Oh, there's Lamp. Go get it. He wants it. Nice. Lamp and Aqueduct. Yeah, but with like the ammo they have, I don't even think it's worth it, honestly. Even if they have full beam.
Yeah, I mean, full beam really only just saves you the stand up, which really doesn't save all that much. Yeah, it's getting that lamp. Really just going to be helpful for Turtle Rock at this point. So Yeah, I mean, he's gone through all the tricky hard. I mean, he has had a time in dark rooms today, but I mean, yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's just not going to help him whatsoever at this point.
So I'm sure Maniacal's gonna remember this, but I really hope he does plasma after this because it is in logic right now.
Oh right, yeah, man, that would be. God, could you imagine if there
I
was?
can see a lot of runners maybe not thinking about that too, but we'll see.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad for. I mean, those short charges are pretty tricky to actually
Yeah,
kill those
I
pirates.
would like charge for that because then I can pseudo screw. But again, you're not thinking at that point, right? So
Yeah,
he'll definitely like set up a safe scum or something. But if he has to like fight himself out, then short charges all day long. That's all you can do at that point with what he
yeah.
has.
I mean, the problem is like we haven't. Meridia's been. I mean, we have found that ice rod, which okay, great. We need it to finish the seed, but it opens nothing right now. Really need either Bombos. You know, we're either gonna find Flippers and Bombos is gonna be in Swamp, or we're gonna find Bombos and Flippers is gonna be in Turtle Rock. And I've seen Flippers and Turtle Rock so many times. That's just what's gonna happen.
I believe that's the fourth bottle.
Yeah, probably. All right, so Liam's gonna find more stuff that would have made his Misery Mire life easier. Oh, right, speed too. Yeah. Gee, it could be. Did we either of them scout?
Nope. And
Yeah. So,
which surprises me because Maniacal is a huge.
well, he never went over there.
Doing that.
He didn't do retro. Remember?
Which is crazy, man. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because it was his power bomb count. Remember, it was low at that point.
It's
but,
not just that though. Like again, he's played super conservative everywhere. Like at this point, I guarantee he's not even thinking retro. Like I just don't get how you play super conservative and then you're just like, no, I'm just never doing retro. Like,
I mean, he probably is because what is left? I mean, he might have just been thinking like, he abandoned early. It's like, well, I'll do it with speed, and he now got speed.
Yeah,
and he's had good options. He has good options. He's been pushing. It's not like he's doing like some like weird like Link to the Past checks. Like he's been killing bosses, doing dungeons. Like he's been doing all the stuff that you need to do to beat the seed anyways. So
right. And I'm saying that's smart in the future, right? Like with speed being this late, but yeah, he had to wait a long time. Oh. Let's see how much energy he has. He's gonna take another 100 energy, 50 energy off. Sorry,
just
50, he's fine. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty. Some might say Monka-esque, but yeah, he's fine.
Oh, I finally saw the white Samus. Yeah, that is really weird.
Finally, dude. Like,
yeah, finally.
I've been seeing this all game, and it's been freaking me out. It's like crazy. Even on his space jumps, it's like kind of spooky. And like with the capture going on, it's kind of like I'm watching, like an old.
All right.
I don't know.
Big moment
reset.
All right. Yeah.
There we go. At least he remembered. He knew.
Yeah. So that's good for Liam. I think Liam would struggle with the short charges there a little bit more than Maniacal. Mm-hmm. So it'd be interesting to see if Liam goes ahead and checks it. If he's thinking he can't actually get it, he may be more inclined just to skip it a little bit. Especially like Liam. Again, we said early on, a little bit of the underdog in this. Not too much. Not too much has to go right for Liam to win this. Even at this point, we just need to spike something big. But we're just kind of running out of places for it to be quite honest. But yeah, he might just be inclined to he reset that screw if it is going to be there. If he has trouble with those short charges, that just might be GG. So he might just go, well, if that's it, then I'm going to lose. So who cares?
Yeah. Okay, this probably will be the retro play in the speed checks.
Yeah, I mean, what do we have? I mean, we have the green pendant on for desert, and
Imagine this flips to like ice or even
yeah,
better swamp hookshot. That'd be.
yeah.
Wait,
So
no,
Liam,
sorry, they had the hookshot. My
yeah,
apologies.
Liam's skipping out on. Well, Liam might be coming same way. So if this is waterway or criteria super, like this could even it up. Like, Liam skipped out on the like where the grapple was. He kind of skipped out on it. If he just
Mhm.
beelines waterway, and that's where it is, this race is going to be effectively tied. Because Liam will, if it is something like flippers there, and then Bombos and Swamp, the seed's going to play out real straightforward. Liam's been playing pretty well, only to the pass. Could get a nice little lead here, and he might just be able to skip Meridia.
Can I just make a quick call out here? If your first check is gonna be Bomb Chorizo and you reset at ship, and Bomb Chorizo is nothing, please reset. Saves so much time. Yeah. Over the fight and the reclimb. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and then if it is either here or waterway, Liam's going to be able to go right to it. Maniacal is priced into all these checks that Liam has already done.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we're getting the shot.
Oh wow, he's going to be power, but not even. This is this is a pretty easy trick. You just get the charge, and you just jump right over him.
I think he's just a little bit of a safety thing here for him to do it. He also does have Ice Beam, but yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That shine. Yeah, Maniacal's gonna kind of pass him right here. Maniacal's what the hell?
Wait.
All right, who's gonna have a talk with Maniacal about this one?
Is he memeing me right now? Hello?
See, the other thing is like if you just, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh no, that's Liam's gonna have to get that. He can't.
Yeah.
He can't isolate that at this point, so he's gonna have to go ahead and do this.
And they can break that for powder too, as well. Which I imagine at this stage they probably would want to invest time into.
No, he's not.
No, he is.
Oh no. Okay, he's just going to. I guess
he's gonna change the floor to ice so he can run across. It's like the dev intended strat is to freeze these and then go, but you would have like wave, space, or ice as well. So doing it with like ice as that is pretty tight, but he's got it there.
Yeah, if actually, speaking of fetch quest, did we ever see that shovel? I know they grabbed.
We just got it, so yeah, no, we haven't. That was in Meridia, I believe.
No, I think it was. I thought it was Norfair. They've had it for a while, but they've just been in the been in SM, so haven't really actualized it yet.
Yeah, so if I'm Maniacal and I'm doing 220 retro, I'm not feeling too hot, honestly.
Oh, shovel was in the croc area, so only Maniacal
gets his ice
beam. There's that ice beam.
He's happy to see at this stage because with just no beam, like he's gonna be like hell yeah, because that's gonna help him out with the Metroids, and it would have helped him out in 0 rooms otherwise. Honestly, minus maybe getting to Dre if he didn't find speed. But,
yeah, honestly, if I just have, I mean, I turn off ice a lot.
100%.
It gets in the way. Okay, so while Maniacal's doing his retro checks, Liam's going to be beelining this this waterway. The problem with what sucks about that mushroom there is, he's going to have to keep it, so he's not going to be able to like reset back up the ship or anything.
Oh, because yeah, he went from the other way. Gotcha.
Yeah, Maniacal actually has the option of killing Mother Brain, although he really would have needed to refill.
Yeah, he can't. Ammo is really too light right now.
Yeah, you gotta missile those caterpillars when you're coming across like this.
Aren't they just the worst?
Okay, so nothing. I mean, God, are we gonna have 2 unlikely fetch quests? Like the
what? It's mushroom, it's green pendant, and head is still.
No, we don't have flipper. I mean,
No,
if
'cause
flipper,
they don't have
I mean,
flips.
ped could be Bombos, right? But it just
Yeah, it
at
could
this point,
be.
it's at this point, it's more likely we find flippers and then Bombos just in swamp rather than in ice or
That's pretty gross, honestly.
yeah. I mean, we could have flippers and then Bombos be in Ice Palace. We're obviously we'll see a swamp clear at that point. At that point, you know, Ice Palace isn't going to be much. Liam is going to be. Liam, I don't think ever did X-ray, so isn't going to be too much of an inefficient route here for keeping that mushroom because he's just going to go this way, check X-ray, and then head back up.
Mm-hmm. No, it's done.
And we do have book, right? So Liam doesn't. We don't have to re-lava dive for green pendant.
So another time saver here, I would have done is if I saw that mushroom there. I mean, it's probably thinking your retro has something else, but another thing you could have done was use the warp and then just went back down. Would have had that save. Yeah.
Yeah, you just go back up one. Yeah, you go so far up. Yeah. See, this is the problem. So, you know, if it was a waterway, this would have been tied. At this point, obviously, there's just too much stuff in Meridia for Liam to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it's going to be in somewhat of an odd location, definitely good for Maniacal because it just forces Liam to do Meridia, and honestly, it's probably going to force him to do Croc before he gets to whatever bizarre location our next item is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, honestly, if Maniacal got ahead to refilling, doing Mother Brain right here wouldn't have been the worst idea, especially where charge is. You're probably gonna have to do the ammo fight anyways. He's got all the movement items, can do like a baby skip and everything.
That's so really unfortunate. Maniacal now off PB pace.
Wow.
Swinging for the fences with that one, guys. I know.
Imagine saving Randos Woods.
I feel like that's a personal attack to Asder, honestly. It's calling you out, man.
It can be. It's not the first time I've done it, this commentary, so.
So he's got, I don't know about this. He's got shovel.
Oh, have we seen?
He's got mushroom. Where is he?
Yeah, I mean, I would just.
He's going for tabs. He's going for tabs.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't even do him before with, you know, not having a sword. So
maybe he does tablet to swamp. I don't know, but oh, he can't even do that. He doesn't have flips. So yeah, it's gotta be just for Bombos. That's I don't know.
Well, or I mean, flips could just be here, right? Like, I mean, we got these. We got green pendant. I mean, he might just do this right into green pendant, honestly.
Oh well, there we go.
There, Jesus. All right. So that's unfortunate. Where was book?
God, that was
that was so long ago. Like, yeah.
Yeah. That works, I guess. The annoying thing is now though, like shroom and shovel aren't really things, and now he's gonna go into swamp without hook. Oh, never mind. He has hook shot. Why do I keep thinking that? It's very apathy duck 07 of me on this comm, honestly. Oh, you're still here.
Oh, book was my. Yeah, I guess there was no earlier time.
Yeah,
those tablets. I mean, that's just such a oddball location.
It is.
There was never a good time for Liam to do it and to be able to just skip Meridia. So pretty good location for Maniacal then. Him having kind of a lead in the checks. You know, if it was Waterway, the seed would have been pretty much tied. And then with so much length in the past, Liam could have looked to take a little bit of a lead there, just with some better execution. Because, I mean, you really got to think Bombus is going to be somewhere in here. Okay. Nope, there we go. That's go mode. So yeah, I mean, post swamp is the time you would get charged, but the fact you have 0 beams, I mean, I guess they're all going to be in GT, or Turtle Rock. Like you could pick them up, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel worth it. Like unless you were just feeling like you want it to be really safe, not have to worry about missing any missiles, and then just have charge in your back pocket.
Yeah, I don't think we go for charge, dude. I just don't think you go for it. You have way too much ammo to even consider it at this point.
The only reason you go for it is you just want to be. You don't want to risk soft. Like if Maniacal thinks he's got a good lead, and the only way he can lose is soft locking on Mother Brain.
Maniacal is what, like 85-ish, if not 90 supers right now in ammo. Yeah, he's good.
It's not even 90. Wasn't 70 the max?
No, in missiles as well, though, dude.
Oh, you mean like equivalent?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And he has ice now, so he's free for Zep Skip.
Well, he had speed.
We're learning a lot about Red Cane physics right now, guys.
Every time someone does this on the right side, I get like a little eye twitch.
I do it on the right side normally, but now I'm gonna do it on the right side normally always because you get that eye twitch.
Gotta turn around. Just do it on the left side. You want to leave out the left door. Why are you taking extra steps?
You're gonna be like on a date or something, and your eyes is gonna start twitching when I'm playing.
I'm gonna be on a date.
And then your date's gonna be like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, I'm fine.
That's the most unbelievable thing you've said.
What, duck on a date or the eye twitch?
Yes, that thing.
Okay. I'd imagine you'd be a pretty cheap date though. Like what, 3, maybe 4 PBRs?
I mean, tall boys. So, if you want to win my heart. Alright, yeah. Well, having that Temper Sword at least makes Argus pretty easy to deal with. So, getting some of that time back. Liam didn't, he just skipped grapple, so he's not even going to be tempted by that. So the real question is just when he goes to that tablet. But Maniacal has a pretty commanding lead at this point. Just straight shot from here to the end. With where those flippers are, again, there was really no chance to really get those like super early or anything. That Liam can kind of like outrando him. It's just Maniacal just a little bit better in SM. This having to do pretty much all of SM, like we see in most seeds. Pretty much is the win here. Liam had a couple, just with where the gloves were, kind of led him astray a little bit. Honestly, the rando was meaner to Liam today than it was to Maniacal.
Yeah, I agree. Like again, if you kind of look at how items kind of fell, leaning on the gloves, especially if he has the first glove going in and does he step mount early to get the Titan mitts, like, and he gets the boots as well, he's gonna be in pretty good shape for like he just like single clears pretty much.
But it was a thing that I called earlier. Like, nothing was behind mitts, right? Literally nothing was behind mitts. So if all Liam had to do was check Criteria's supers before checking Gauntlet, like he would have been better off if he dodged the mitts, right? Because he would have gotten the gravity suit. He would do all Meridia, which he ended up doing anyways. Doing the Meridia skip in this seed would have been pretty tricky to pull off with where those items were. Because really you want to do Bombo's Tablet with Swamp and it being, it being flippers. You're really not going to do it until you've done the big things. But yeah, if he just dodged the mitts, he would have been able to skip all those checks. It wouldn't have led him astray. So unfortunately, he went left instead of right, and that really set him back a good chunk in this seed.
Alright, so the Metroid's just waving goodbye to Liam as he's going to head on over to that plasma check. And Maniacal's going to get the God big key here. Still going to have to do right side to get at least one small key to get through TR. But big key first chest is always really nice. I guess like the first couple of chests is fine. But having it early, not having to do the lava chest is good. My boy using those cape and or cane dash strats I love to see. Okay, so Liam is done in Meridia. Let's see where he's going to pop on over next. He's going to head on over to that warp to get back to Link to the Past. We know where he needs to go. It's just a question if he kind of wants to go ahead and check Shovel and check what was it? The mushroom first. It looks like he's going to check Ice and Crumple. I'm not sure if he's done those or not yet. I guess he hasn't.
He might just
hasn't done Crumble.
He also hasn't done Croc. He was trying to do the gate, but
that's right.
Yep.
Oh.
And I think that's where Shovel was, anyways. So,
well, that's gonna put him further off the path, unfortunately.
Yeah, honestly, with him spiking Mushroom and Shovel, I would be more tempted to do those for. I'm actually shocked Maniacal did the tablet for.
Yeah.
Mushroom. It's like you fetch quests. You generally beeline like when you get them super early or when you get them super late.
So where was Book? Was Meyer?
Yes, people were saying it was Meyer. I don't actually remember. For some reason, I remember seeing it early though, so I'm not entirely sure.
So I guess like I guess he plays it if he's worried that Liam went to like Meyer first, maybe found Flute. I'm not sure, but like with him seeing where I don't know.
Oh, Norfair Reserve. Yeah, that's right. It was Norfair Reserve. So.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense then. Yeah, I know he would want to do that first. Okay, no, that makes a lot more sense. Like if it was Meyer area, I'm thinking LN. I'm thinking that's a pretty big, deep commitment. You shouldn't be overly worried about checking that first. Whereas Upper Norfair, I can definitely see him trying to protect against that. Okay, yeah, no, that makes more sense.
Yeah, and honestly, if it was Meyer, like if I didn't have Book yet. And it was green. I'd be more inclined to kill Lambo at that point. Even with like you said, like checking green pendant would be pretty annoying. Like I would just go ahead and kill Lambo at that point, even if I don't rush the green pendant, but just like as kind of like a backup. Just because God forbid it's there, it would be a nightmare to come back.
Yeah.
I wonder where the hell our beams are.
GT. Left side swamp.
It's gonna be the thing you said with swords.
Ice Palace, yeah.
It's 3 beams and Ice Palace, Wave, Wave and Plasma and Spazer are all in Ice Palace. I mean, yeah, it could be the Shovel, the Mushroom, it could be Ether Tablet. Like, there's a couple places we haven't really gotten to.
Yeah, I kind of like the. I remember when we were talking about SMZ3 originally when it was in development. I can't remember who made the suggestion, but they're like, can we see where like all the items are for like SM? Because you know how you'd see it in I think SM rendo or whatever. The problem with that is in this, like, I guess you could just like kind of EG to Ganon if you wanted to kind of speed things up. Yeah.
I mean, see where all the items are.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I mean, you need to finish Mother Brain 2 anyways, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe load up like game shard codes on it, get items. I don't know.
What are you talking about? I'm so confused.
We'll discuss it later then. You got numbers. They're giving you numbers. What do you do with those numbers?
I don't know. We can talk about it because Maniacal said he'd be annoyed by it if we talked about it. All right, Maniacal heading into his GT. He's just gonna have to do this. He'll get in, do his Mother Brain. Endgame in this ends up being pretty long, but just see normal GT routing here. Looks like he's gonna be doing full right. Hopefully Liam just kind of ignores the grapple, doesn't turn back to Shack Tool for it. I mean, he did have... I don't particularly like the ice Shack Tool clip, unless you're really good at it. But like the one time I would be inclined to do it is when I know where a grapple is. So him having ice, he could have opted to it, but yeah, he's just going to go back to Link to Past. Looks like he's going to be has the same thought as Maniacal. I'm going to be checking out these tablets. Unfortunately, he's going to the wrong one first, but this does make sense for him popping out here. You know, it looks like this big key is going to be on the left side for Maniacal. Yeah, there we go.
How did you know it was gonna be there?
Process of... I mean, it could have been tile room, I guess.
All right, Liam, gonna go ahead and check the shovel. This is what I would do, honestly. I would have checked the shovel first in the mushroom. But I get, again, knowing where the book is now, I kind of get the thought process that Maniacal kind of used there.
Yeah, I think I would have looked to do like shovel, mushroom, and then only because I probably would want to do tablet into desert. I just didn't want to have to do all of desert before taking out some of the other low-lying items. Well, this is certainly a spike room from Maniacal. I mean, besides Liam's Hera snafu, Liam's definitely had a better A Link to the Past today.
What fairies are these, Duck?
The Josh fairies.
Okay, thank you.
From Rando Coach Josh RTA. He's in the credits, too. Just right there.
Right where?
And then Link to Past Randomizer credits. I forget if he's in these.
Like right now?
No, not literally right now. There's no credits happening.
Okay. I got really confused when you said it's right there.
So Maniacal really wanted to get his... if you do get those fairies, what you want to do is you just want to hop right off the cliff. Having beams in Gauntlet is just terrible. Generally, Gauntlet will fix that problem for you real quick. But yeah, beams are terrible in here. Where is? He just reset.
He's saving the mushroom.
Yeah,
With
how late this is, like either you're gonna find powder in 2 seconds and then it's gonna be on bat, right? Or like it's just gonna be flippers next. Like so,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bother, honestly.
I think he's thinking, I'm gonna go bombos to the desert at this point with that route, and then powder will be the last option. But at that point, he knows he forgot something. So
Yeah, I guess
which he
the
hasn't,
only thing it prevents him. Let's say like powder was on Shack or
yeah.
let's say the plasma, right? And then
No, he
it's
checked.
magic bat.
He checked plasma.
Those are the two big ones. Oh, just gets a little mirror bunk there. It's unfortunate.
Liam got the flippers. Where is he gonna go with that? Is he gonna go ice?
Jeez, I wonder. No, he's probably not going Andy.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just outside with the bombos tablet and the mirror pro, right? So.
Oh yeah. Just brain fart on it. Like you're just so used to going. This is the way I go to swamp, right? And you just
no, I hear you. I hear you. Hey, nice
he probably
waving,
kind of thinks he's not in great shape now. So maybe just a little flustered.
I honestly don't know if Maniacal thinks he's in great shape either, though, because again, pretty close to the last location. Him going there first has me giving the read that he probably thinks that his opponent may have checked there first.
Like it always feels bad when you find something that late, right? And
yeah,
but if you really unravel how the seed played out, like how would you do that any earlier, right?
Like, I guess the answer to that is you.
Sorry,
go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, my only thought was like if you hell ran Norfair, right? That's really the only way to do it. That you. It's kind of what Liam. I mean, Liam kind of effectively did. He dodged his space jump, right? Maybe he thinks if he thought maybe Vari was up there instead, maybe he goes ahead and does Norfair, the hell runs, gets the book, tries to play that off. But that's really the only way. If you, otherwise you're doing all that other stuff. You're probably doing Meridia. Like you're not popping. You're not doing Meridia just to do Bombos tablet by itself.
Yeah, Maniacal with a better Aga 2 that I've seen from Apathy Duck 07. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I did that thing again. My apologies.
I guess the other way is if Liam dodged his mitts for a little bit longer, got mitts late, right, and did like Smiths into I guess that would be. So there's ways of it.
Again, if I'm him, I see it being okay. He did Norfair early, and then he has book. Maybe he does the safe book plays first after getting that to follow. I don't know. Because again, like I feel like Liam's game plan was like prioritize Link to the Past. Maniacal's was to play safe, so that would be clashing, or that would actually be agreeing with kind of Maniacal's sense at that point of where he thinks his opponent is.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like being 2 games, like things in the combo can be fairly flat, where there's just like a lot of stuff in the same sphere. So it's always hard to like do the metagaming, what your opponent may have done, and like how they could have possibly got. So when it's just kind of like sitting there, and it feels like you can potentially get it early, it's hard to be like, well, you know, how does my opponent really do that? But just based on pure time, like this is going to be, you know, just under 3 hours. Going to be like a 55, 56, somewhere around that neighborhood. You know, not a great time for Maniacal. You can see his splits are in red right now, past his PB.
So you're gonna start like protruding flame soon because he's so off PvP pace right now. And then like eventually they'll just be in lava. Just gets redder and redder, guys. Can you imagine if it did that though? Like that'd be the worst, man.
I think we're being called Statler and Waldorf in the chat here, which honestly were my two favorite Muppets, so I'm taking that as a compliment.
The hell is a Muppet?
It's not quite a mop, and it's not quite a puppet.
That doesn't explain things at all.
I'm sure someone in the chat got that reference. I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, we didn't get flute, so we didn't see the salutes for you in chat. That's really unfortunate.
Thank God.
Chat, can you serenade him with the 07 salute, please? I think you really could use it right now.
You can't just do it without the flute. Like that's even worse.
We're doing it.
God, they're listening to you too. What? I can't imagine just blindly following your orders. That just seems like the worst idea.
It's not orders. You know, I really feel bad for you. Okay, it's a really like you really feel connected with that scene of the game. So I just want to, you know, chat just wants to show some loves. That's all.
I'm so upset.
I think someone in chat just called us young, by the way. That's a really
oh honey.
A, inaccurate, but B, also a compliment, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, being young's overrated.
Yes.
Oh, he got wave at some point. That's nice, I guess. Good for him. At least he won't have to go underneath the pillars to do Zeb skip. That's. Oh man, he got a grab on the Metroids there. What is with his cat? Like everything is looking funny on his screen.
Yeah, I think he said something about it's not like fully set up yet. Because I know he just moved on to a new PC, so.
Is he just not gonna do baby skip, or he's just lowering himself a little bit in case he misses it? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's no in.
Oh,
it's like divine intervention. He knew he was gonna miss it. Nah, I'm just kidding. He would have desuited both and then just taken all that damage. But yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize Novaria made your health go down faster.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, I thought he was like taking it off just because then he could do stand up easier. But I was like, he doesn't have charge beam, so. Yeah, so nice thing about
Maniacal has a lot of ammo.
Yeah, he does. He actually has 2 fused super missiles. But besides that, it's fine.
He has more than enough, guys.
No, I meant he had exactly 2. Too little.
I know what you meant.
Oh, okay. Look, sometimes I can't tell with you. Yeah, so just has plenty of supers. Just gonna be able to pump supers and Mother Brain, finish this fight off. Honestly, it's sometimes it's nice not having charges when you don't have to worry about stand up. You can just kind of take a break at the end. You know, these scenes are so long, like almost 3 hours here for Maniacal. Gonna be a little over 3 for Liam, but they can just take so long. It's just. Oh right, he took off Aria.
Oh well, that's good. Maniacal 42 already in chat.
Wow.
Thanks for ruining the suspense, bud.
Breaking the rules.
Can we get an admin in chat, please? Maniacal, whatever you do, don't go back to the last 2 hours and 51 minutes of commentary. You might not like what you find.
I've never been more tempted just to be incredibly judgy about this escape. If we don't see a perfect 3-0 exit here, I'm gonna be incensed.
Nah, Maniacal's the top tier runner of this game.
It's a good one.
He's gonna knock it out of the park, guys. It's fine.
Will he save the animals or the frames today?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't laugh like that. It's fine. I liked when he lifted that rock in Dark World Death Mountain that one time, and then his dash to Bombos was okay.
This is dash to Bombos. Oh, missing a shot. Missing another shot.
So Mother Brain down for Maniacal. All he has to do left is the extremely challenging escape sequence for himself, and Liam Atlas on the way to try next.
Damn it! I so wanted him to not get it, and I was just gonna be very mean and catty.
Knock out what? The door?
The three flat.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I have no room to say anything about anyone's. My escape is absolutely terrible. Like, it is just the worst. Oh, look at this. Shooting 4 shots. That lag, and shooting 1 in this room. Jeez, terrible.
Liam with a pretty clean kill on Trinex, actually, with the Master Sword setup and the hammer. Also the Hat Magic, too. It's really good.
Okay, I guess that was a pretty good escape, except for those extra shots. Just disgusting. Anyways, Maniacal finishing in first place with an official SRL time of 2:56.17. I guess you guys can get some GGs in chat for him.
He's gonna get my lowest score ever, a quarter G.
A quarter G.
And it's lowercase.
All right, hold on. Now my rage is directed at Liam for hookshotting the Lionel there. Oh my god. Just hammer him. Hammer the Lionel. We've all seen the clip.
He has hookshot out though, dude.
But he menued a hookshot on Trinex. Just don't menu to
Maybe he's just doing his tribute to... Wasn't it Christos?
Yeah,
yeah, Christos own. With the Lionel tennis. Can I give, like, do you guys have that video handy anywhere? Because I've not seen that for a while, and that was great.
It's on Help Store.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the command?
That's a good question. All right, we'll see if Liam's gonna. Yeah, it looks like Liam's also choosing to do right side first here. Not gonna pay off. We know it's on left side. He's also gonna end up be doing a Master Sword Ganon here. Unless it could have been top of GT. Honestly, the other sword. We're now joined by Maniacal. GG's Maniacal. Despite all that mean stuff I said about you. Wow, so mad he's not even gonna make a comment.
So, guys, get ready for this. Like, it's quiet now, but be prepared for 10 minutes of talking.
Actually, I kind of prefer his mic being off.
All right, now 9 minutes and 30 seconds of talking. He's quickly spending his time on the block.
And Maniacal's left the building. Anyways, good interview. GG's everyone. I assume it's just some Discord issues he's trying to sort out. Maniacal is I do want to point this out. Maniacal asked us individually to come commentate this match, so this is honestly on him. Liam, please.
All right. That should work.
Hey,
You know, I was about to do an impression of you, so consider yourself lucky that you were able to get your mic working.
Actually, can we just go ahead of that?
No.
You Solsky's impression of Maniacal.
No.
Yeah, can we just get that? The Solsky impression of me?
I need to prepare for it first, guys. I don't want to just like say I was gonna do one. I don't know. It won't sound good.
You set yourself up.
I need prep time.
All right. Well, I expect some. I'll be waiting on you in top 8. So by the time you get in for that post race interview, I expect it.
Wow. Don't curse me like a certain other runner cursed another runner in this
unless,
okay, please.
Unless no, I mean,
please don't do that to me.
Savage. I just have my fingers crossed. I know that both Hatch and Migs can beat you soundly.
Yep.
I mean,
it's not easy.
They're both good runners.
Unless this turns into a La Mulana randomizer tournament, I think they've got pretty good chances, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know about La Milana. I imagine like that. I could see Migs being real good at that. I don't know. Migs plays a lot of games.
I guess we should ask you about the seed at some point.
you could feel free to. It was a bit of a mess. I really wanted Sahas Rala to have nothing, and then he had the hook shot, and I was sad.
I mean, I think the most interesting routing, most of the routing made pretty sense. I think the seed just kind of laid itself out. The big thing was like you skipping retro early.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of wondering what led you to do that, going straight to Cray instead of finishing off the loop.
God, what was it about the loadout?
Your power bombs were low. I do remember calling.
I was at 8 power bombs, so it wasn't gonna be super fast. And I was kind of interested in getting back to A Link to the Past to chase the broken glove. To see if I could get some intel on what was going to put that glove in logic. And then it was bombs at Crate, of course.
Right.
But I was kind of interested in getting back to A Link to the Past, getting the old man portal, and it's not that hard to get back to retro. And it was possible that retro was just going to give me like glove access, and that everything was going to be behind the glove. So anytime you sequence break anything, you end up like, okay, now I'm +2 spheres if I'm checking behind this item over where I am otherwise in the logic. Like, you're at least +2. And so there's a pretty strong incentive to push that sort of item there, especially when it's a glove.
Right.
And so I was very, very interested in Power Glove.
Yeah, Liam actually ended up kind of the big difference here was Liam ended up missing that. He got his first glove in Spiral Cave.
Oh my.
And then what ended up happening was he finally came back to do and then obviously you saw Gravity Suit was in Criteria Power Bombs. So what he came back, did Gauntlet, but obviously he had access to both of them, got the glove, left, and then did the glove checks. Because we were saying he actually got the boots super early, and we thought that was going to be a big difference. You guys ended up doing like Pod and Eastern the same like time on screen. I was just making up like lock time on you because you didn't have the boots and you had a little bit of an adventure in that Pod Darkroom.
Yeah, I wasn't. Oh my god, I had an adventure is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean Liam, you had the mirror and Liam didn't. Liam went from Eastern, went all the way down to the portal, came up, didn't have the mirror, and he still beat you out of Pod. Like that's how big your adventure was.
It was like a 30-second grabbing the rail adventure where I couldn't figure out how the Kadongo or whatever got where he was, and it was just a mess. I was also lucky after basically kojacting my fire rod shot. I think I'm allowed to do that because that's crossover into the wall in Mire in the torch room.
Yeah, we were like
getting the item on Vitreous.
Yeah, that was quite the thing. That whole Vidi fight was a little tense from both of you. And of course, then you're getting you got the Master Sword and Silvers right afterwards in Lower Norfair. But yeah, basically, if Liam had went, because we were saying like Liam had the boots early, and then like we knew where both gloves were, and like, oh, Liam could possibly miss that one. And like I had said a couple times, like, well, if just nothing's behind mitts, this could actually really pay off for Liam. So if he just went right instead of left and got the gravity suit first. He easily could have come away in like this was like the most 50-50 rando I've ever seen because it was literally go left or go right, and that item would have led you to a bunch of other stuff. And he went and then of course he chased mitts, so that just took a long time. He came real close to if the other thing was if flippers were in because he didn't do. You guys were both doing like the waterway cleanup checks at the same time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, except you were doing all of retro, obviously. He just went straight to the Criteria Supers and Waterway, and then X-Strikes. He hadn't done it yet. But if like flippers were right there, he would have been able to skip all of Meridia, and yeah, he easily could have won this one because he was doing pretty good in A Link to the Past. Had some really good dungeons and everything. So he could have put up a little bit of a lead on you in the last couple dungeons and then taken it. So. Just with where flippers ended up being, it was a real odd location because you really want to check that like into a swamp check, and it's flippers, so it's just when are you going to do it?
Yeah, I got kind of lucky there. I wasn't sure where I wanted to be, so I wanted to turn the mushroom in because I wanted to chase Speed Booster because Speed Booster was all Lower Norfair gave me, but I didn't want to not fake powder and end up like going down some nonsense where like powder or Bombos is on Magic Bat or something. And so I wanted to get over and fake powder before I turned the mushroom in, and so I was heading that way. And I was like, no, I should just chase this book real quick and just route up that way. And I was going to go fake powder was sort of the next thing.
Yeah, when we kind of made that point about because Liam reset the mushroom, and it was like the thing is there was so little left at that point. Like fake powder, it's like either you're going to get Bombos. Or either going to get powder next, or fake powder is going to be, or powder's just going to be nothing, right? So like,
powder was going to show up soon if it was something, so I didn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, like I just would have just straight up handed in the mushroom at that point.
It was definitely getting pretty thin at that point.
Yeah, I mean Liam was a little because he hadn't done Meridia yet, so he had a little bit more of a reason, and he also like you guys both falling through right before Screw Attack was probably the height of comedy in the scene. Honestly, we had a good laugh at that one.
Yeah, it wasn't worth doing the GT fight for me for Screw Attack.
You had if you mean you had so many supers you didn't really have to farm afterwards, and I think keeping Screw Attack at that
Yeah.
point would have been worth it. But once you
Yeah, I
once you
guess-
missed it, then yeah, there's no point in
Mhm.
doing the fight. I agree
Yeah.
at that point. But with your super count, I think it would have been. I would have kept it there just because. I mean, and you took your key hunter, like you were waiting patiently on that guy when you had 700 E tanks. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what I was doing was just not optimal.
Nope, it was not. It was safe. I'll give you that. It was definitely safe. But yeah, I mean, we were kind of. It looked like you were kind of hedging on the conservative side in the seed. I guess retro was only the big thing you kind of skipped. We were thinking you were looking to do it with speed, and then speed just ended up being super late. And of course, then you actually did do it. So, but besides that, it was a pretty good seed.
Yeah, it was a cool one. The loadout in both games was kind of like it was simultaneously generous and really stingy in both games at the same time, which was weird because like you were doing a lot of fighter sword stuff in A Link to the Past, and then in Super Metroid there were just no beams to be found anywhere.
Yeah,
so everything was sort of ammo on both sides.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort of the most interesting part of it was how the ammo laid out and just how you ended up doing a lot of stuff with ammo. I ended up having to like pre-botwoon farm and stuff like that just doesn't usually come up.
Yeah, honestly, I saw you farm there because I've been in points where I had like low bot wound ammo and was like, what do I even do? And like, thanks for reminding me that spot exists.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one to be aware of. I was farming with missiles and then switched over to grapple because they kept dropping missiles but at a bad rate, and I was like, I really shouldn't be wasting ammo when what I really need is ammo.
Yeah, I mean the grapple farms there are pretty good anyways. So. Also, shoutouts to you getting that lamp. I guess after like all you had left was the Turtle Rock Dark Room, which is like the easiest dark room in the game. But I guess after your pod adventure, you just figure you might as well get it.
Yeah, I was like, it can't hurt to grab here. I don't think I had half magic at that point yet, or I wasn't entertaining that I had half magic yet, and it sometimes, like, depending on where the big key shows in Ganon's Tower, can make some of the magic management in Ganon's Tower easier.
Yeah, that's true. If you're gonna do like you did right side first, that can make the magic management a little bit tougher.
Then I ended up taking.
Well, you have silvers, silvering Lamo, so that kind of comes out in the wash though. So.
Yeah, I did end up then like taking an absolute beating. My Ganon's Tower was just a huge disaster. I don't know if it was nerves or what was going on, but like it just wasn't very good. And so I ended up taking just a complete beating on the spike switch room, and ended up having to grab Josh Fairies.
Yes, you did.
Which I got a good laugh out of.
Yeah, we had a couple chuckles.
Yeah, so I would have been fine on Magic for upper GT because I could just grab the full decanter there, but.
Also, I called it out, but pro tip when you do get those fairies, jump into the pit afterwards so you don't have beams and gauntlet, because you obviously you showed why having beams and gauntlet's a bad idea.
I wanted beams through the red Stalfos room, honestly.
Why?
Because those jerks can jump all over the place, and the only things in the room that they don't run the heck away from is pots and beams.
Oh, okay. There's pots in that room, right?
Yeah, there's pots. And so I used one, but there are some RNGs I can get in that room where I want beams, where beams for me are less bad than not beams.
I guess, but you still have to get through the first room with beams, and it's just
the first room with beams is crappy.
Yeah, no. If I ever get those fairies, I just take damage because it's just not worth it.
That's fair. There's a lot of ways to take intentional damage, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think the only other interesting thing in your routing was You got to on Link to the Past. Like missing that hammer actually paid off for you because you were able to just get the hammer, go right into Dark World. We were both saying you had Fire Rod, you had Bow, you had all that stuff. It really seemed like the obvious play was just like Skullwoods, Thieves Town, Pod. Hope you spike the mirror along that path and then do Eastern. You just chose not to do Skullwoods, which we thought was a little odd.
Yeah, it was a concession to the fact that I didn't really want to do Fighter Sword Moth with my magic in that state, because my magic wasn't going to come out full from the Mummy Torch Hellway.
Right.
And so I just wanted a little bit more working with for Moth, just because it could go badly.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being fine by the time I got back around, but I was trying to mitigate potential large time losses.
Yeah, it really seemed like that's the way you were playing this seed.
Yeah. I wanted to be pretty conservative. I know I'm going to lose time against Liam Atlas in A Link to the Past. He's better in that game than I am, and I know I'm going to gain time in Super Metroid. And so kind of using that as a heuristic was sort of what influenced a lot of my decisions in routing. I just tried to dodge large A Link to the Past time losses because I figured that was the way that I am most likely to lose this, unless I just get completely bodied by item locations or out-routed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a not crazy alternate universe in here where you just don't do Moldorm, and
Yeah.
Liam has the boots and you don't. Like that's what because early on it was like you had done
How
more
early
checks,
did
but
you
like
get those boots?
he got them pretty early. He got the hook shot. He went down. He did retro. He did the Brinstar loop, and then he did Kraid, and then he hook shot over. That's where his glove was. So he had the boots during all of that. And then, like I was saying, if he dodged mitts too, right? He would have skipped all those mitts checks. He would have had the boots. You wouldn't have had the boots. And like it was just like it just depended on where stuff was. But there's like not a crazy universe where he honestly walks away with this thing because of just like some of those 50-50s.
Yeah, I mean, I've lost weeklies to Liam already. I know he's a very good runner, and so it was absolutely like in range that I would have lost this race for sure. And the item layout didn't make me feel super safe. I was like, well, if someone got early hook, they could have potentially had early boots, and I guess that's what actually happened.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
And so I did try to defend a little bit by like chasing down the boots and being sure that I wasn't like way behind on some critical thing, and just played a little defensively once I did find them. But overall, it was hookshot and boots were scary items for me. I didn't feel too bad about boots given that they were all the way up at the top of Pendant Hera. And so it's entirely possible that someone wouldn't even go in there. And then they ended up not being required anyway. I actually thought if Big Key was on Torch, I was like, well, you know, boots could be a huge advantage for me here. It's possible someone gets to GT without boots even in this seed.
Yeah.
Because you didn't need to do desert.
Yeah, I mean, all that had to happen this seed for Liam to win was you don't do Moldorm, and Liam doesn't do Gauntlet until later, and then you can even put like flippers in like Waterway or something, and I think Liam's got a pretty comfy win here. Honestly, like it's just the way it fell out. I mean, I think like you were saying, like the closer this gets to Hundo, I think the better your odds are in this matchup.
I agree, just because I expect to make up time on the Super Metroid side, and so
yeah, it's really hard.
I was really happy with Varia being an upper rect ship and then Ice Rod being front of Meridia, which meant that you really did have to go pretty deep into Super Metroid in order to complete the seed. And so when those two items popped there, I felt good overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for like a good A Link to the Past player to really make up a lot of time in these. It's a lot easier to make up big chunks in SM, honestly.
Absolutely, and so that's sort of what I was looking at, which is why I was saying my Link to the Past strategy was just don't suffer major time losses. Like, just don't, die to cold stare. Don't die to moth.
Biddy.
Don't
Very much biddy.
Do not die to. I had a fairy in a bottle, to be fair.
We forgot you had that fairy. We were like, oh geez,
I had that fairy the entire game. If I didn't have that fairy, I don't know what I'd do there if I don't have that fairy in a bottle. It's tight. I don't know if I go in on Darkmire Basement on 2.5 hearts though.
Yeah, that was real sketch.
Because that's not a loadout that, like, I very easily could have taken more than 2 hearts of damage there if, like, a Stalfos walks into me or I hit the spike. I mean, I did cape through the spike in the one room just to, be safe about it. But yeah, Fighter Sword and Bow Vitreous was not what I wanted to do on low hearts.
Nope. All right, and with that, Liam is going to finish up this official time of, it looks like, I don't know what the hell is in here. 3:18, whatever he says on his timer, it's good enough. And Liam is continuing to be a good daddy, and he's going to go take care of his kid. He's not going to be interviewing us today, but GG's to him. He had a nice run through this tournament. I mean, we're already, this was match of 16 already. Definitely getting, at least in these matches, it's getting to be quite the murderers row left. So anyone could be anyone. Like I said, Liam could have easily taken the C if it just fell a little bit different. Maniacal, you are going to be, well, you're way ahead of everyone. So you're going to be playing either Migs.
I'm just waiting.
You're going to be playing Migs, Hatch, or Soul Sky, it looks like. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you. I know how to spell it.
Sounds like a free path to Aussie, boys. Woo!
Free? Wow.
No,
First of all, wow.
It's brackets, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing's free.
Imagine Aussie both upsetting a real cutie and Apathy Duck. I don't see that happening.
Doesn't Apathy Duck have like 5 matches to play before he gets to Aussie?
Only 2.
Okay.
No, Apathy Duck has to win 2 matches to get there, just not plays.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, as long as I pick up all the items, I should be fine. But yeah, any thoughts on any of those matchups? Any you would prefer to see?
Yes. I mean, like I'll break here from the thick cloak of sarcasm that is very thinly veiled that we're all wearing, and say, I mean, obviously, when the bracket broke, I was super stoked to see that I could end up with a top 8 shot with Solsky, and that if everything goes chalk, we'll end up running into each other. So I'm rooting for Solsky, just because I think it would be a super fun race. But I mean, Migs beat me in the last 1v1 tournament. I've never raced against Hatch in a 1v1 tournament. I also never raced against Solsky in a 1v1 tournament. Any of the 3 of those would be awesome. I see Ashdar in chat wants to know what it's like to dodge Ashdar in these tournaments. It's very unusual. But honestly, that was like, 2018, Ashdar and I raced each other in like 5 1v1 tournaments across this, Super Metroid, and A Link to the Past Randomizer. But since then, we've actually dodged each other pretty well. But no, I think any of those would be a fun match. I'm looking forward to watching what's going on. Everyone who's left in the tournament is really strong. And I mean, Liam Atlas earning a place in the top 16. Absolutely just a good finish. And, was really happy to get to race Liam as well.
Yeah, it was a good match. Especially from a reviewer's perspective, just the where everything was. Like, we didn't know who was going to be ahead at any point. We were really just depending on where that last item was going to drop. Of course, just being on the grossest place imaginable.
Yeah, the flippers were pretty brutal. I was happy. It was it was like Ice Rod, Bombos, Flippers, and I was happy to get Ice Rod ahead of Bombos and Flippers, and then I was like, man, Bombos, that one, if that shows up, then I'm looking at Turtle Rock against a bunch of checks for Flippers, and so could be rough.
Yeah, honestly, I was really expecting Bombos to show up first and Flippers being in Turtle Rock, but I knew it was going to be one of them. You know, whichever one you found first, the other item was going to be in the other dungeon. So, but we've all seen the Flippers on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, if it was Bombos, I was taking it right to Turtle Rock, whether I had Ice Rod or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say. Just another GG to Liam Atlas, and thank you for scheduling the race. I'm waiting for Solsky, Miggs, or Hatch, whoever ends up making it through for a top 8 match. That'll be fun. Winner gets some cash, loser gets salty. That'll be fun. And big thanks, Apathy Duck, to you and Solsky for the commentary. I'm sure that you guys had a blast ragging on me for like almost 3 hours. So I'm looking forward to watching the roast back.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I made fun of you. I made fun of Duck. Duck said, my wife... I'm not even going to get back into it because, quite frankly, I'm still confused. I think chat was horrified, so we're just not going to repeat it.
I mean, you posted...
I'm just going to see this when I watch the VOD.
Oh my god. The first thing
it's
I'm going to do
is... It's in the Discord,
is...
Maniacal, you can see it.
The first thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show my wife what he said, and she's going to just, like, break down hysterically.
She's going to be like, that's a good idea.
That's not what she's going to say, but...
It's what she should say.
Yeah. This just got really awkward, guys. So I'm just going to say bye.
Yeah, I think
Bye, Solsky. I'll let you close it out, Duck.
Yeah, I mean, this is Solsky actually left. Yeah, all we got for SpeedGaming tonight. More tournament action coming up tomorrow and over the weekend, so be sure to come out and check that. Like I said, a lot of great runners left, a lot of great matches left, so hope everyone had a good time, and we hope you have a good rest of your night.